February 1st.
Mm-hmm. Everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Rock your body. Yeah, yeah. Everybody. Rock your body right.
Mm-hmm.
Back streets back, alright. That was my joke, and then they had the Halloween music video because it was like vampire or something. It was mad creepy. But like, why can't we see? Oh, okay, that's good. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa, and thank you guys for tuning in. Hearts.
Smiley Jizzle. What's good, y'all? What's good? So, happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you. I'm getting old.
Birthday. And the family put together a little package, little birthday package y'all can see. We try to do it on the camera for everybody. Got a little bag, got a little card, got some candy. Special type of candy, all the way from like Europe or some shit.
Europe.
Yeah.
You fancy, huh?
Yep, from Walgreens.
Well, thank you guys, everybody.
This month for me is a crazy month. It's a 1 year anniversary of my grandmother's passing. So I just think about a lot of stuff in this month. I like this month though. Besides that, I like this month. I'm not a Libra, but I'm a big Halloween fan since I was a kid. That was the only fun part of the year, probably because of all the candy, but it wasn't just that. It was the fact that you got to be whoever you wanted to be. So I always watch scary movies like every day. So pretty much just like last weekend, I have an update of scary movies that I watched. I watched some new good ones. The Ed Gein series, I finally completed it. That was pretty good. Monster series. The next one's gonna be Lizzie Borden.
Oh really? Oh, I like that.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. And she was from Massachusetts, wasn't she?
I didn't know she killed her parents with a hatchet.
Yeah, it was a little nursery rhyme.
Yeah, nursery rhymes are all evil. You know, like Ring Around the Rosie.
I've heard all these. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, some of them were crazy. Cause well, I think it was like Brahms or something, or Brahm, whoever who created a lot of these nursery rhymes. It was always something weird because it wasn't really anything good, but it was just something to keep kids in line and stuff like that, kind of.
Was because there was a plague or something. And they said ring around a rosy because you get a ring and then pocket. So Posey's flowers had something to do with it. Like these were like the stages of
pushing
the
up
plague.
Posies.
Like signs, like you would get a ring, a rash around you, and then like there were other symptoms that is outlined in the nursery rhyme. And then ashes, you all fall down because eventually you die from this plague that they're speaking of in that.
Interesting.
But I remember, I think I read that in school or something. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. Why are they, it's a bunch of them. It's not just that. Like, even them Disney movies and stuff, them fairy tales, like, this lady was talking about Beauty and the Beast. And I just thought about it. We were talking about Lion King last week. Like, why y'all making these, like, y'all trying to crush, either you teaching us to do fucked up shit, or you teach and accept it, that this is okay, or like you're teaching us that about some shit that ain't gonna happen. It's a fairy tale. Like it ain't. That's never gonna happen. You're not gonna meet your Prince Charming. You might, but it's not gonna be how it's outlined in a Disney movie or whatever. So it's like, why are they giving these people false hope? Because I think that's why a lot of women are delusional, because they base their relationships off of Disney movies and stuff like that. And they think they a princess.
Right. That kind of goes into that post that you sent. Like that was interesting because
Yeah,
I'm just thinking
that
about it
lady
like
was talking about Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
yeah, but it seems like all right. So let's take that for an example. That's a great story where she see because I actually that's one of the Disney stories that I actually like. But where she sees some of the faults in it, I see a lot of good things in it. Like one, she loved to read. Like they encourage literature, right? And then the other thing is she was a generous person, despite how everyone else was. She was still outwardly generous, and the person that she changed. Yes, there was a narcissist that was chasing her, but she wasn't interested in him. Instead, she was interested in the beast who at once had everything, and she saw the good in him. It could have been like low key Stockholm syndrome, but even still, she saw the good in him despite his shortcomings, and she was able to learn to love him. And I think that's what it is. It's kind of like a little bit of truth in that because women find a man, right? Well, a man finds a woman. A man is not necessarily prepared all the time for what is to come with, with having a woman, not necessarily having a woman in your life, because you can have a woman in your life, but if you have a woman, there's certain things that you have to do for her. You know what I mean? Emotionally available, things like that. So outside of that, as a man, you might just be able to provide other things like resources, things of that nature outside of that. But the internal things that she desires, you might not be capable of doing that. And she can teach you to learn those things and be better at those things. So whereas we might see it as like, oh well, the lady obviously she's seen it as like it's not your job. What about your life and all this other stuff? You can see it as okay, you like this man, right? He's not perfect, right? No, neither are you, right? So as you see this person needs to be developed, or they could be better if you help them or if you encourage them to be better. And then when you see that and you like, you know what? Let's see if he's receptive to this. And he doesn't look at it as like I'm trying to control him. Because if he is receptive to it, then you guys can have a great relationship. But she's making it negative, like, obviously.
Well, because it can be because some people don't at a certain point that's the issue with it. Yeah, you could try to help him and try to change him, but he also has to want to help himself. So if he's not, like you mentioned, receptive, if he's not being receptive to it, at what point do you choose yourself and say, okay, I've done what I can do? Because you don't want to waste your whole life.
She could have bounced a few seasons ago, but she warmed up to him. And that's
no,
what I'm saying.
I'm talking about in real life, not in the.
Well, I'm just saying to that analogy, if she's basing it off of that particular fairy tale, what I'm saying the good things in it is she did show that she could wait, so and then this person could turn into a better person, but it doesn't necessarily work for everybody, right? It is subjective.
That's what I'm saying.
But
so you have to be mindful of that.
It still could have been a situation where you decided, you know what, I'm gonna take the chance.
Because I know about
if
redemption,
you take the chance,
I think
then what?
People do sometimes they deserve a second chance, but you gotta know.
How do you know who, right?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have discernment, so you can't just assume. I'm just giving.
It was the people around him that told her that he is a good guy. You just gotta warm up to him, and not just because they wanted to change, but he was like, look, you could just leave him, but he does need you. I can tell. He's been like this for a long time, and I've never seen him the way that he is. And sometimes a woman, she's not gonna want to tolerate that, and I can understand that, especially if she had trauma that she already came from previously. But she can't see that there's a diamond in this rough. Absolutely, I agree. But also think about what guys have to deal with as well. We think about it one-sided, but think about what kind of guy you're getting. Once this guy is better, you get the best of this guy instead of him ending up learning from the mistake of losing you and then being the best for somebody else and that person not having to see that. But sometimes that's good in itself too. Sometimes it's good for this person to learn, like, damn, I lost her. Let me get my shit together, and then perhaps I have a chance of getting her back, or I have a chance of getting myself together and getting somebody that I deserve.
Yeah, and vice versa, because sometimes women lose out on a good man because they ain't had their shit together. however that was, like whatever it was something that the woman needed to change, and he might have told her about it.
Because they were saying that Belle is the representation of a good woman, but every woman is not a good woman. Every woman's not Belle, so that lady probably can't even compare herself to Belle, probably.
Yeah, I don't even know who she is. I just.
But it is a decent analogy. That's what they talk about. Don't have that fairy tale mentality. Like, you'll never be like Meg Ryan and you got Mel, and you're never. But this is what I said. I don't like people to be hopeless. But I want people to be realistic.
Never. That's what I say.
Yeah, I want people to
realize
be realistic.
That may not work.
There's stuff there, but those things can work for you. But realize there's work that has to be done within yourself sometimes to identify what you think you deserve. You may think you deserve something way better than that, but you're not better than that. Yeah. You deserve what you get most of the time. So if you improve yourself, you can get better odds out of life. You can get things that you probably do deserve. You know what I mean? People that care about people genuinely, they come once in a lifetime. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while. You don't just really get placed with people that really care about you. Somebody always wants something. Life is normally transactional. It's not too many people that just give you the shirt off their back and don't want you to give them a shirt to replace it.
And that's how I feel. So I don't like.
But really that doesn't stop me from being good. If I want to do something good, I'm gonna do it. But I don't expect exactly. I don't set an expectation so high. And some people don't like that. Some people like, well, why can't you think of me like this? Listen.
That doesn't mean that I'm
just accept that I still like you. Just express that I still want to be around you. Just express that I still want to enjoy the existence of us together. But there's always this preconceived notion in the back of my head that, you know, you could possibly turn on me.
Might not work
out. Possibly.
So if you get your hopes up too high, the higher you up, the more you'll be let down if that do happen. So if you don't have no expectation, and then you also gotta recognize people try to control people, like they treat people like possessions. Like you try to make them do what you want them to do, and you can't control somebody unless they are allowing you to do that. So you gotta realize, like if they're doing something or not doing something that you want or don't want them to do, then you can't stress yourself out about trying to change it. Either deal with it and recognize this is who they are, or move on. If it's something that's so serious to where it's worth walking away from. And you also need to identify that. A lot of times people in relationships over petty shit, but a lot of times people are in relationships with people they should have never been with. It was never going to work from the start. So you need to figure that out. And I think a lot of times people get in relationships out of loneliness and not because they actually care for that person. Right. And that's a problem too, because that's desperation. Like that, you shouldn't be.
You could learn a lot. Like I think about it like the last people on Earth theory. If you're the last person on Earth, then there's really no choice, right? But a lot of people don't think about it like that. A lot of people just accept people for who they are. And then some people will call it settling, but it also depends on what you're tolerating in that relationship. So if you're taking an L in another area and you're taking an L in another area and you're taking an L in another, like if I'm with somebody and they're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, but they have a poor attitude, they're lame in the bedroom, they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't encourage me, all they do is complain, I got a dud. You know what I mean? I got fooled. You know what I mean? But then I get a girl that's like, okay, she's not the best cook, but the best in the bedroom. She's always saying something good to me. She makes me feel appreciative. Like, I don't have to have the best things in the world to be happy. And that's the thing about men. We're very simplistic. So when we think about it, like, all right, a lot of people are just with somebody that is not really attractive to you because they could do better. They're just with that person because they do X, Y, and Z, but don't people deserve to be happy? I just always thought about that. If a person is happy, it doesn't matter what the person looks like, but people question it because it's like, well, you're only with them because, and not just saying, I'm glad that you guys are happy together. You know what I mean? And it means a lot. Because it doesn't make it seem like that person's failed. Because if that person could do better, they should do better, right? And we encourage them to do that. But if they're happy and they're making the right moves in their life, then why mess that up? I see so many celebrities with like normal looking people, and the people say, why aren't you with a model? And you see how the models are getting moved around from every celebrity to every celebrity to every celebrity. So then you want somebody that's just for you. So the only time to really get the person that's just for you is get somebody that everybody doesn't want, but you actually want. And they make you want them more. So you look past certain things. I guess guys can do that, but you can't be a blob. You know what I mean? There's got to be some.
You can look past certain, I mean, because they're never going to be 100%. But what I'm saying, if you're totally, I think there are some people, I'm not talking about even looks, I'm talking about overall, they're totally not, nothing about it. It's probably like one thing about them that you're, like some people, it only would be for money, or it only would be simply off looks because everything else is fucked up. Like, I could take something being not what I want, but it can't be like about money. As long as you're working, you're able to take care of yourself. At least that's a start. It's like I'm not gonna count you out because of that. And if you're working a 9 to 5, your income is gonna increase yearly or whatever. You get raises and stuff like that. You get a pension if you were depending where you whatever. I don't have a problem with that. And then looks, as long as you're at least average looking. Like you can't be ugly, but I need to find you somewhat physically attractive. And you have to be masculine. You have to make me feel safe. Like you will protect me if something happened, so that I can relax and I don't have to let that part of me come out. It helps when the man is more masculine. I automatically want to be more vulnerable and more submissive. It's naturally going to happen anyway because I'm a woman. That's what I'm supposed to do. But the more a man uh, walks in that masculinity, it makes it come out even more. Like you might get to a certain degree just out of respect as a man, right? I'm as a human. I'm not gonna talk to you a certain way. I'm not gonna disrespect you unless giving it to me. But if you're at that level of masculinity where it's like you just have an energy about you where it's just like you get another level. It's not just basic respect as a man. It's like overall, like just about whatever. If you're my man, just about whatever you say, gonna go. Cause I trusted you to be in that position. Like I accepted it when you asked me. So whatever you tell me to do, but if we're getting to that point, you gotta start somewhere. I'm not just gonna automatically, and I just met you, and everything you tell me is like, cause that could be stupid on the woman's part, cause you can't just do that with any guy. So it's levels to it. You can't just get the full experience, but you get like a preview of what you would get if you decided to be with me long term. But like, so there's some things like I said, it would be nice if I found a rich guy or whatever. But yeah, he's gonna probably be a hoe because, and if he's attractive too, because if you rich and ugly, you probably still gonna get chicks. But if you look good too, on top of it, then that's just no. I don't want to be. I could be a little ratchet. Sometimes they asked on Clubhouse. They asked a question to everybody, like, if you could describe yourself in a flavor, would it be sweet, spicy, or both, or whatever? And I say both because, and I'm working on that or whatever. But in the past, I have got a little physical and like put my hands on a man or two before, and I might have gotten into fights with women too over dealing with men. But I know that I shouldn't do that. That's not something that I want to do. But it's like they take me there, but you shouldn't. There goes that control again. Nobody should be able. Somebody told me this while they were antagonizing me. You shouldn't let nobody see you sweat, but you're trying to make me. But anyway, that is something that I agree that was true, even though it was an asshole that said it, or he was being an asshole at the moment. It's true. You shouldn't let nobody see you that, like, if they're trying to piss you off and you know that, or whatever, or even if they're not intentionally trying to, don't freak out and let them, like, why are you letting them have that control and take you out of your body, out of your character? And it may be a part of your character, because you can't say out of character if you acted that way more than once, but, like, that's not your neutral state. That's not how you operate on a daily basis. So if you let somebody take you out of that, you're letting them have too much control over you, and you should gotta learn emotional regulation, and I work on that on the daily. But it's hard sometimes. And you gotta avoid those people that there are people that love to trigger you. Like there are women and men that are very petty, and for some reason, whatever reason, they figure out what your triggers are, and they will like keep pressing the button, like, and they just know, like, and they'll keep doing it. And because you know why, you're feeding into it, you're giving them their supply. Every time when you feed into it and you give them the response that they're looking for, then they're gonna keep on doing it. But if you don't respond, then eventually they'll get upset too. This now that is narcissistic behavior. People talk about narcissism, and again, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose someone, but that is like clear symptoms that they describe, and that like you try to tick someone off, and then because you want them to react because you need your supply, right? But then when they realize what you're doing and they no longer react to it, then now you're mad because your plan is not working. You're like, what? You're not mad. You're not. No, because you're just trying to do this. So why would I be? Or just don't say anything and watch how they go crazy. If you just completely mute, like after they said something to you or whatever to try to get under your skin, like it really works. But yeah, I don't know. I went off of a tangent. I don't even know what I was saying. What I was saying is there are certain things that I can overlook too. I was agreeing with you. That was the point of what I was trying to say. But there are certain things that I'm. This is this is no negotiation with. There are some things that is okay. It's not that serious. I don't care if you leave the toilet seat up or if you pee on it. That doesn't typically happen though. I feel like most men don't do that. From my experience, but I haven't been with most men, so from the men that I've been with, or even family and stuff like that, being around, I don't think. But I was using that as an example because women do begin mad when a nigga leave the toilet seat up or if you pee on the seat. And it has happened before in the past, and I didn't say anything. I just cleaned it up. But I was talking shit to myself while I was cleaning it up because I'm like, I don't think that doesn't usually happen. Like most men know how to. If you a grown man, you don't be peeing on the seat. So it was like I ain't seen this shit in like years, or like what the fuck? Why? But
Men
but
do it, man. They
they
just
do it.
clean up after they smoke.
Yeah, and that's has I seen that too. But like for the most part, I'm not saying they don't, but I haven't seen it. When I would, if I had a man or I was dating someone, I didn't see them doing that usually. But what I'm saying is that doesn't even really matter. You can just clean it up. It's not that serious. But the big things, there are certain things that you shouldn't negotiate on. Like, you know, if you want children or not, that's a big issue. Like, if one person wants children and the other person doesn't, then you're trying to be in a relationship. That's probably not a good idea because I don't think you should try to force someone, or someone shouldn't try to force themselves into being a parent if that's not something that they want to do. Because I think sometimes it works out if you have a kid if you didn't want that from the beginning, like if it wasn't planned. But I feel like if you're knowing and you're saying before it just happened that you don't want a kid and then you have it, like that leaves a possible. That's how people kids get mistreated and stuff like that. And that so that's what I'm saying for that reason. And then they might be miserable. Some people have kids because they didn't want any, and then they be miserable. Like they really hate their life because they don't want to. They might not do anything to the kids, but they are not happy. They're depressed all the time because they feel like they had to stop everything for their life. They blew up, and now their world revolves around they can't date anymore and can't have girls night because they can't find a babysitter, and they be upset. So if you don't want no kids, I don't think you should do that. So that's one thing. I don't think you should, because if the other person really wants to, like, just do it for them. No, that's not something, in my opinion, that you should. Now, some people would say religion. For me, I don't really care. I don't think that would affect me because I'm not religious. Like, I grew up being Christian, I guess, but I don't really subscribe to a religion at this point in my life. So I don't, and I think anybody that I dealt with if they do consider themselves, it would probably be like Christian or something. If that's most people that I know, that's their religion. I don't know. I know people that are Muslim and other stuff too, but like mainly people that I've dated, if they were a religion, it would usually be Christian, and but they didn't take it that as serious to the point where it would become an issue. If it's somebody that's like, okay, this is what our kids gotta practice and this is what we gotta do, and you can't be, you gonna try to tell me I need to join the church and we gotta pray and do all. I don't want to do that because that's not. If I do, I'm not saying that it'll never happen, but that has to be a decision that I want to make. So I have to already have that thought in my mind. I'm not gonna allow someone to change my religion, like unless I already wanted to do it. So I wouldn't even get with anybody that is, if there are religions, if they're that strong about it to try to change, my religion or whatever. But like, there's little things that like it doesn't really matter. Like I said, you don't have to be Omari Hardwick, Ghost from Power, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't turn him down. I mean, someone that looks like him because Omari Hardwick is happily married. Shout out to them or whatever. But I'm talking about that archetype of a man. Like I wouldn't turn him down, but like you could be an average looking person too. You don't have to be that. You could be a little not fat, but you could have like a little belly, not crazy because some people be ridiculous. But like you could have a little meat on your bones or something, but you can't be like sloppy fat. Where like I don't know, I don't want no man with boobs, like, cause that's weird. Like so you gotta like I don't know, because I think I feel like I need to work out too. So I do like I got this machine I be doing crunches or whatever, trying to get right, and you know and then I do squats on the machine too because it's like a bar. So I'll like do like I don't know what you call the type of squat. It's not a regular one, but so I be doing little stuff or whatever. So the point is I'm willing to get in better shape. So I don't really want nobody that's too far. Like I said, you don't have to have a 6 pack. I don't care. Like have like what they say.
No Carl Winslow.
No, that's too big. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No Uncle Phil's.
They're the same size, ain't they? No.
Uncle Phil tall. He seemed like he tall.
Yeah, but I don't
tall.
care. That's still fat. I don't know. It depends. Like if like I said, it can't be sloppy. Like if you can tell that he's fat
Rock.
before he. No, that's fat too.
Is
All
it?
of those people is fat.
Rock.
That is too big. Why are you what? Like okay, the biggest person that's like chunky, like that I would say.
Cedric.
I don't know. Cedric is. What is wrong with you, yo? All these people is. You think I'm that big?
Cedric not fat like that, right? Bruce is big.
Oh my God, you is out of control.
I'm trying to think. You said not that big.
Let me see.
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan ain't fat.
All right. Martin.
Yeah, you can't be no bigger than Martin. Martin,
Right.
I don't know.
Martin don't blew up.
Yeah, no. Let me see.
All right, this ain't Kendra. All right, y'all. But no, I see what you're saying.
Like you don't have to have a 6 pack.
It's
like,
not.
You can't have no boobs.
Yeah.
Some men.
Everybody got their preference. But what I'm saying is, some people don't give a fuck about the aesthetic. They give a fuck about how that person makes them feel. Sometimes it is an emotional connection.
But when you first meet somebody,
you could meet somebody and warm up to them. Like if a woman has a contour, like for guys it's different. If we can fuck you, you're good. If you're fuckable, you're great. So if your body is good enough to smash, and you're not big wobbly or some shit like that, you know what I mean, and we could handle it, then we could deal with you.
Like
and if you sweet, and if you know what I mean, you could be.
Size?
Lunella is a no. Lunella is a no.
Monique now.
Nah, absolutely not.
Now
it's just no. Nah. She's just always a no. You know what? What's that girl? Her daughter in the show.
Countess Vaughn?
Yeah, she would pass. She's cute. She would pass. Cause her body is like a decent plump. But it's still, but even
She
still,
lost
that's
weight,
still
too.
pushing it. Yeah, but that's still pushing it. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, you gotta have the V. Like your body gotta be the hourglass. If you got an hourglass,
So
at
then
least
that's a nice
it works.
body. That's not count as one. She don't got no damn.
You gotta have a shape. You gotta have a little. She got a little thickness. She got a little fatty. You know what I mean?
Remember she made this music video?
Yeah,
Have you
I
ever
remember
seen
that.
it?
Yeah.
They was in that group on the show. Them songs that they would be singing would be good. I remember Monique was like,
Cause Brandy is a real singer.
no, but not. This was on the Parker, not on Moesha. Like when they had Moesha, Brandy wouldn't be up there like that. But I don't think I ever seen her on the Parker. But one time there was this clown that came into town. Like he was an entertainer, and like that was Monique's favorite when she was a kid. Like they would hire him. He would always be at the parties, or he was at her birthday party, and his name was Diva or whatever. So then he was old though, because that was since she was little. She's a grown. She has a college age daughter now or whatever. This nigga was old and he still was a clown or whatever. Like just doing children's parties. So they hired him for her birthday party because she was like 50 or something. Like I don't know, and that nigga was like 70 or something. He was older or whatever. So they had a trampoline. He was jumping on a trampoline, and that's what be a part of his spiel. And he jumped and he died. He fell. I don't know what happened, but he died somehow. Whatever he was doing, he had a heart attack or he fell over or something or whatever. And then they made a song, Freestyle Unity, with the group that Kim was in with T and they was like, Mama killed him, Mama killed him, Mama killed him, T-Bo, Mama killed him, Mama killed him, Mama killed
Copyright.
him,
I mean, not copyright. YouTube straight.
And I'm like, yo, it was a stupid song because it was fucked up because it was at the funeral. They had like a memorial. They had a memorial for him, and they
be doing stuff like that in real life now. They be having like performances at the funerals and stuff.
No, but not that.
Yes, they be doing that now. They do remember you showed me the extreme button bombing, and they do that, and they do all types of crazy stuff now.
Yeah, he was dead, but
they was racing the person on the track in the casket. They had the casket going around the track. It's like he always wanted to do his race.
But I'm talking about you telling your mom you made a song about her.
I'm just saying, it's not
Mama killed him.
It's not that crazy.
She was like, Kim,
that is
stop.
wild.
She was upset.
That is wild.
Like, why would you be singing that at the memorial service?
That is wild. Yeah, she's slow. She played a slow character though.
She did. She was dumb as hell. They always got somebody on the show. And it was Waldo on the Urkel. Waldo, Ronaldo, Faldo.
I wonder where he is now.
He was dressing like he was on the Parkers on an episode, and he was gay. Whoa. He was a gay character. I don't know if he's gay in real life.
But yo, like it's crazy how they do that to us. I mean, I rarely see movies with LGBTQ white person. It's always a black person.
No, they wore dresses too. There's
and like throughout the 90s and stuff.
Yeah, all of them at least had one role that even like I don't know if you knew about that when it happened, but I never seen that movie with Will Smith. But he's black, but I didn't even know he had played a character like that or whatever. But there's old movies with white. Like I feel like that's like just to be in the industry, they always try to make you do something and.
Christopher Walken never did. Robert De Niro never did. Al Pacino, he did. He did in that movie. I think Serpico, I think.
But some people might turn stuff down, but I think it affects people differently. Like some people turn it down, they might not retaliate, and some people turn a role down, they might get blackballed or whatever. So it depends. Some people don't. They don't care about taking a role. It doesn't bother them. So it's a number of factors that you gotta look at when But I think they try to make everybody do that. They try to get something on you because it only be people be having a conspiracy about the black people when they died. They did something. I be feeling like some of these white people, it something happened to them too, because ultimately there's someone in control, and if you're not going with, maybe you're on the side of the black people.
It's just a numbers game because it's more white actors than it is black actors. So you just think about, okay, the black actors that it's happening to. Yeah, don't have that many. Right. So I mean, it's natural for us to worry about our people. I mean, it just looks crazy what happens when we finally get somebody that reaches that level in our society and things like that happen.
Too weird. When the part, he was just like a girl.
And be like, you got to do this, or you mess up your whole career, especially in this climate. Like what are you against? Are you this? Are you that? But why do I have to do that?
They think that's funny. I don't know. Sometimes it depends what the storyline is, or sometimes it do be funny. Like not just them being in a dress, but they have to be actually doing something or maybe they might look a certain way that automatically makes you laugh, and depending on who the person is or whatever. But that alone, you got to be doing more than just wearing a dress, or just like, I don't see the humor in that. If you're a man and you wearing a dress, like there's nothing, that alone is not funny. I don't find that comical. But then, like I said, if you look funny in a dress, most men will look funny, but you know what I mean. Like some people would look. It will make you laugh just to see. You be like, this big ass nigga, like he he a linebacker or whatever, and they got like, some people might just look more crazy and it might make you chuckle or whatever, but they still got to be doing something to get for me to think it's funny. So that's not, and it's like everybody, a lot of people coming into the industry, they're doing skits like Medea shit, like, and they do be funny.
You know what that brings to mind? The movie that I just watched over the weekend, Him, with Marlon Wayans.
Oh, you watched it? Don't tell me.
Oh man, just this one thing. It's not really a spoiler, but I guess it could be. But it's just think of the idea of you gotta give up everything for something that you wanted to do your whole life.
Sold his soul.
Kind of like if you do that, or you just have to make a sacrifice. So you gotta make
a blood sacrifice.
You could you could make like a blood sacrifice. You gotta make an ultimate sacrifice.
See, and why do they keep making movies like?
But nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you keep changing it, but it's just you gotta make an ultimate sacrifice. So you gotta make an ultimate sacrifice.
You get to pick
for something that you've always wanted to do. Would you do it? And then we talk about our culture as us being put in a situation like, man, I don't want to wear this dress, but this is the only time I get to be in a movie with one of the Wayans brothers or something like that. So I gotta wear a dress.
You would do it.
Hell no. That's why it's like my limit. It's like if I get on, I get on because I put myself up there.
Yeah. They gonna always remember that.
Yeah.
Like how we talk about Will Smith, and I didn't even know, I didn't see that movie when it came out. I just found out a couple years ago that he played that role. And ever since I seen Ving Rhames and Holiday Heart, I just can't take him serious. I just feel like he can. Like it made me, and this is not like to bash the LGBTQ community. I'm just saying, I want people to be honest, so it was just too good. When they be acting and they be good actors and they be playing roles like that, I always see them, even if it's not a character like that, when you see somebody playing a gangster and then they play in a horror movie or whatever, or they're playing a comedy or something.
What do you think about them changing the national anthem to the land of the free and the home of the G? What do you think about that?
What is the G? The government?
No, the LGBT.
That's
land of the free and the home of the G.
It to that.
What do you think about that? With them singing that publicly, like that.
Who sang that? Because they didn't change
some person they sung that, and then we got applauded. It wasn't no big deal or nothing like that. How could they get away with something like that?
Oh, they were hired at a
It was like
to
a
perform
college
it at a
game or
game.
something. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I thought you said they changing that is crazy because.
But what do you think about that? What do you just
I don't
the
care
national
if
anthem
somebody
about
else
somebody saying
sings
that?
it. Because first of all, this ain't the land of the free,
Okay.
and maybe some people is brave. They put their life on the line or whatever to fight for this country. But I don't think. I think this is a business.
It is the home of the G, right? Because a lot of countries they don't condone that. In
Yeah,
Uganda,
but there are other
they
countries
delete them for that.
There are other countries that accept it too. Yeah, there are some that don't, but we ain't the only. If we were the only country that accepted, no, because there are other people here. Why you make? I don't even care about the national anthem anyway. I feel like that's like that was created. It's not about us. Like they don't care about these people. They don't care about common folk. Like that's making under a certain income or whatever. This is a business. That's what it is at the end of the day. Country is a business. All they care about is making money. They shut down the government. I haven't even been looking at updates, but like a lot of people, they said people were still working for free. Well, we talked about this last week, so I don't want to go crazy with it, but that just shows you like how the fuck you got these people working for free and what is they doing? Like they going to work, still taking phone calls when people have to, like if it's call centers or whatever, if they gotta go to the office to like I don't know, maybe do paperwork or stuff like that. Like I don't know what these jobs. There's a lot of government jobs. It could be anything. Like so, and then program and stuff they have. Like how long is this gonna go on? Like this is crazy. So the fact that you're doing that, this ain't the land of the free. I don't care about us. We just care about money, and I don't think you should just focus on sexuality shouldn't even be put into that if it's supposed to be a song about having pride in your country like that you don't that's irrelevant that whether you heterosexual homosexual whatever that's irrelevant that shouldn't to when it comes to something like that that's not important. I don't care about who people want to sleep with. That's their private life, like or who they want to be in a relationship if they like men or women. That's not that shouldn't be put in that song. That shouldn't be the topic in that song. I don't think that has nothing. That's not an important.
Do you think it's inappropriate?
I don't think it's, and I just said what I thought. I just don't think it should be a part because it's irrelevant to what the song is supposed to be about. Like that, you don't have to include. I don't think it's necessary to include
would it still
sexuality.
be appropriate to express that
in
an audience? Okay, so
for what?
So
that song is not about who you're interested in. It's just not relevant to what the song is supposed to be about.
It changes the tone.
Yeah, if you want to make like a ratchet turn up song, you could talk about it. That's That's not that. It's like more a professional anthem.
I don't think it's anything wrong. I don't think it's anything wrong with that belief. I think that society would have a problem with it without understanding the context. The context is not that it's wrong for people to have their expression, but the context is that this song is about the pride of the country and the bravery of the country and honoring the flag. It's not about our intimacy specifications or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. So to spin it to that tone is inappropriate because we have children going to be asking questions like, what is that about? And is that really what you want to teach our kids in this country? And I don't know if it's wrong or if it's whatever, but
the person that sang the song, they were a part of the community.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, I get it. I just don't. I don't think. Whatever. I don't care about what they did personally, but I'm saying because that's how they chose to sing it. People be fucking up the national anthem all the time, but
that's why I said appropriate. That's not an appropriate.
If it was literally changed, like whoever makes the song, if they changed the lyrics and put that in there, then that would be like no. But people
shaded to sexuality is crazy, though. I can't say it in a politically correct way. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's just not appropriate for that type of song. It's not. Whatever, people make mistakes or say the words wrong or something like that, that's different. But then there's something like if somebody made a mistake and said dick and something. You know what I mean? Like, it's not appropriate. It's just not. It has nothing to do with anything. And it stands for everybody. So that includes them. Or they. Whatever they prefer to be called. You know what I mean? Just to keep it in the lines of, like, you know what I mean? It's not purpose to single out a particular person. In fact, it makes it selfish in its tone. That's why I don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah, that's why I said no person's sexuality, whether you're a part of the community or what. That shouldn't be. That's not the song.
Shouldn't even say home of the straight. You feel me?
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that would be appropriate. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. That's why I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said sexuality as a whole shouldn't be brought up, and that's inappropriate for that type of song. If it was like you talking about going to the club or a love song or whatever, it's expression. So
it's like doing gospel music. Like, it's an unwritten rule. Like, it's like you do gospel music, you don't talk about you don't say the N word, you don't swear, you don't do that because that's kind of blasphemous, right? To the purpose of that type of music.
Our music is called secular.
That's the national anthem.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's, but whatever. Some people don't have honor.
We held at the twilight's last gleaming.
So let's talk about Mayor Adams.
What happened with that?
He's under fire for appointing a woman he was intimate with to a $160,000 New York City position.
That's better than that other guy. I don't know who he was. He was the CEO of a company, and he got caught out.
He's African dude, right?
No, these other. I'm saying it reminds me of the other people. The guy was white. The people was white in this other case, and they were caught out at a sports
game. That dude, yeah.
And she didn't even have a real position. Her position was some made up shit. When you look that up, it's like, what the fuck is? I ain't never heard.
He was like the CEO of IBM or something like that.
Yeah, he was crazy. The CEO, but she worked for him. But her position was fake. It basically was like a professional term for like side chick because it was like it was not no real position. And then we was all laughing. We were talking about it on Club. I was like, what the fuck? And somebody was like, she got a made up position. That ain't no fucking position. What the fuck is that? I don't remember what it was called.
Let her rock. Let her rock.
But he was married though, so I'm saying
it's
this
crazy.
Reminds me of that. Like you.
So it's always a scandal with somebody, but this dude's black, so it's just like, damn, nothing. But I mean, I guess there's no legal things about it. It's just people are talking about it. The shade room.
That is legal because. Well, it depends on the company.
If there's a conflict of interest.
If the company has that clause in their agreement, so maybe.
Because if it wasn't anything like they're not married or anything like that, then it's probably, it's just hearsay. But
yeah, we don't know. Right. This girl, speaking about charges and stuff, this people are getting felonies because, well, the lady probably getting a felony. I don't know with the other people who she tried to help. She went and took the CDLs for 7 different people. She had on disguises. She took the written permit and they drove. Like, each of the people drove their own self. But she took the written portion for them and she put on disguises. Every time she went, she was dressed up like a man. One time, she was dressed up like, I'm going to show you. And I was like, what is going on?
That's crazy. She kept passing it?
She passed it, yeah, but they failed. But listen, they all failed the driving test except one guy. He had a job. He had been working for a year somewhere. I forgot. He had found a job doing it. And but where is it? I have to take a picture. She had 7.
They all failed the driving part.
Except one person, I think they said.
That's crazy. She got you.
She
She got you
couldn't
that
pass the
far.
written part.
She got you that
that.
far.
At least you should have.
She should have drove for him.
I don't even
Hey,
understand how
I
she
know you
did
from
it
somewhere.
before. She had nails on in all of the disguises though, so it was stupid. Like that's how she got caught. They said they noticed her nails. Here's the picture. These are all the people.
Yeah, she bugged out. She bugged out, bro.
This is her right here. This is the real her, and that's her. She dressed up, and then she just stood there.
She really looked like a dude.
She put lace front.
She looked like that dude that be in Skin Bone skits.
She put lace front, the little short guy.
Yeah.
She put lace front on for a mustache and a goatee. So like I watch how people do it. They be trimming it up, so that's why it looked real. And she had a stocking cap on her head, like with the She crazy for that. And that's a felony. They about to get. You can't be doing that. I don't know. Woman dresses, wears disguises to take CDL permit test. Woman wears disguises to take CDL permit test. She was in New York. Of course she was.
That's crazy.
No, they said no. This definitely a man. Why she look like Uncle Zach?
Speaking of which, Brittney Griner allegedly DNA tests proved that she may be born a male. And is facing some heat because of the altercation with Caitlin Clark. Now, how true this is, I don't know, but it's interesting. It's interesting. She was locked up in a male Russian prison. And there's female prisons in Russia. Like, what's up with that? Like, I don't know. And I've done some research. And the research.
Brittney Griner herself. Jackson's findings were explosive. She alleges that Griner, who is publicly identified as a lesbian and has been open about her struggles and triumphs as an LGBTQ plus athlete, was born with a Y chromosome and possesses multiple male characteristics. According to Jackson, Griner refused to undergo a standard Olympic medical examination, a move that, in Jackson's view, was a deliberate attempt to hide the truth about her biological status. These claims would violate one of the WNBA's most fundamental rules regarding player eligibility. But Jackson says the league has turned a blind eye, choosing instead to protect Griner as a symbol of progressiveness and inclusion. Brittney Griner is the WNBA's poster child for wokeness, Jackson said in a recent interview. How do you explain one player clearly breaking the rules and facing zero consequences? The WNBA, for its part, has not commented publicly on Jackson's allegations. But the controversy has reignited a broader debate about fairness in women's sports, especially as it relates to transgender athletes and those with differences in sexual development. Medical experts have long argued that men and women have different physical attributes, stamina, lung capacity, muscle mass, and recovery periods that make mixed gender competition inherently unfair at the elite level. This is why, they say, sports have separate male and female categories. It's not about one gender being better than the other, said Dr. Linda Carver, a sports medicine specialist. It's about creating a level playing field. Jackson's...
Now, let me ask you this, with what I'm being said, as a woman, do you feel like it's okay for women to compete against men in sports?
I wouldn't do it, but I think they should have the option if they want. Like they should have a league that allows it for the people that want to participate. But you should have to sign a waiver or something because I think it's fun, right? If they want to do that, then. But I don't think that should be like the main. No, like the regular, the NBA. They should not be like. That should be how it is. They should make a separate league with people that don't mind, like where it could be unisex teams.
What about combat sports?
Like shooting?
No, combat.
Hockey?
like UFC, wrestling, boxing, martial arts.
I think they should have the choice to do it, but this is what I was about to say. If you sign a waiver and they fuck you up or whatever, then so you can't try to blame us.
So
if
you
get
so you okay? So
I think they're gonna stop doing
you
it.
think
Let them
women
do
should
that
have
shit.
the choice? You think women should have the choice
I
to
don't
put their
wanna do
life
it.
on, but you think women in general should have the choice to be able to put their life on the line against a man in a combat sport.
Yeah, I think it should be separate though. Like I said about
You
sports.
think they should be able to put their life on the line?
Because I think they're going to be getting fucked up and then they're going to stop doing that shit once
You
somebody.
you want them
But
to
it's
learn the
their
hard way?
choice. It's their choice
You
because
want
you
think
want to
they
do
should
that.
be
I
given the
wouldn't
choice
do
to learn
that.
the hard way?
I wouldn't do it. But if
What I'm
y'all,
saying,
but
we
you're
want
not
to.
gonna tell.
If society's idea is to preserve women, why would that be a good idea to give them that choice?
You ain't gonna want the women that's interested in doing that.
But why give them the choice to participate in that? I mean, if you fighting other women, whatever. But if you fighting other men, is different. It makes men weaker, and then gives the idea that men are supposed to be equal to women.
They're not gonna make it. I think it should be like with boxing or MMA or something. I think it should be like if you could tap out or like not the normal tap out, but like
it's dangerous.
you
It's
should,
life threatening.
When you know it's getting too far, you better fucking pull that thing.
I think you're being disingenuous.
Like a boot camp type of thing.
It's not.
That's what it is. They gotta
fair.
go through a boot camp.
It's not fair.
And if they can't get past it, if they can't get past the boot camp, that's what I'm gonna say. If they can't get past the boot camp, and I think most women are not going to make it past the boot camp. The ones that do is stupid as fuck. But most women, if they want to do that, they're not going to make it past the boot camp because it's going to be crazy. Like, it's going to break you down or whatever. And if they can't make it past that, then you're not going to be able to fight no nigga in the ring. But I think that's stupid. Why do you want to be a fireman if you're a woman? Why do you want to play? I don't know. I do like playing basketball for fun, but I wouldn't want that as a career. Like, and I don't even like I'll shoot around or like I have played like games to like 10.
You sound very feminine. That's what I'm saying. Like I think that there's an attack on masculinity to give pushback to masculinity and to make women more masculine and to make men more feminine. I think that there's something that somebody was talking about. Masculinity is being modified for easier consumption. So there was a clip on Instagram of a young lady who was talking about men are not being taken more serious than LGBT men to black women. They would rather be friends with LGBT men than be friends with black men. Be friends with them or have a connection with them or be accepting to them or whatever. And there's been more of a positive appreciation to them than there has been a positive appreciation to hetero men, and they feel like it's a threat to our culture.
Okay, if a person is my friend, then that has nothing to do with a romantic partner.
Well, romantic,
so it wouldn't be a choice.
But just the way that they treat that group. Well, like they might treat that group a little bit better. They might be more compassionate towards that group, and they don't share that level of compassion towards the hetero black male group, and that's what they feel.
Isn't it?
Don't see it.
Right there in front of you, on the table.
Nah.
Or just shaking.
Yeah. Go ahead, what are you saying? I think there is an attack on.
Oh, I think those are separate things. Like if I have a friend that's a male, I don't really have. I mean, I did used to have male friends, but I don't really like. But growing up, I was like a tomboy, so I hung out with boys a lot, and I used to play fight and stuff like that, whatever. But I don't really have any male. I mean, I don't know. There's people that I'm cool with, but I don't be talking to them like that. Like to be like if I see them out, like.
How do you treat them? Is it always a positive interaction?
Okay, I was about to.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's positive because we were just cool. It's not nothing. We were friends, like you said. Good. They were friends, but and then some of them they try to talk to me or whatever, but like they was really friends and nothing ever happened or whatever. Like,
but it's still positive.
Yeah, like, it's not. Yeah, but that's different than my man. Like that, nobody gets treated the way my man gets treated. That's my man.
Right.
There's no comparison to me. Like I have gay, or I went to school with gay guys, boys that were gay, and we was cool or whatever. And if I see them now, I speak. We're cool, but like I said, I don't really talk to. I only got a couple friends that I talk to, a lot. So like in general, male or female, like I'm a private person. I have a small circle, so that wouldn't be. And I think most of the time, man, if a man is straight, from my experience, I think like there was this dude that I used to work with when I worked at Walmart, and he used to call me Big Sis. That was like a couple years older than him or whatever, but we were grown, but we were like in our 20s or something. I don't know. But that's what he just started calling me that. Like we were cool, we worked together or whatever. And then when I stopped working there, like he had hit me up, and then he was like flirting, and I'm like, why are you flirting with me? Like you would call me Big Sis. Like obviously I wasn't really his sister, but you was calling me that, so that shit is weird. Cause words mean something to me. I know other people try to make stuff whatever, but I'm not even thinking you're looking at me in that way since you called me sis. Like I didn't even call people say that, bro, whatever, unless you're really that. Like so. I mean, I don't even think I said it back. I didn't say anything he would say it. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. But it's like, now you're trying to flirt. I'm like, you always were interested in me like that? He was like, yeah. So I'm like, so why the fuck were you calling me sis? Like, that shit is weird. Like, I don't know how you get, like, I hear other people doing that or whatever. And I'm like, even though obviously y'all are not related, it just sound weird because you calling them a family member and you interested and you want to fuck them or you was fucking them, like, and now you saying that, like, but the point I'm making is I didn't never talk to him. He was attractive, but I felt like I'm not about to talk to you now because this whole time you was pretending. To me, it sounded like you was pretending because you said you was always interested in me, but you were calling me sis, and now you waited till I don't, because you're like, oh, because you don't work here no more, so, because I guess you didn't want to mess with somebody you work with, I don't know. But the shit was weird to me, so I was like, nah, I'm straight, because you should have told me you was interested in me, not call me sis. Like, I don't understand.
That's understandable. Like, I get what you're saying, but then I also understand the jargon. So, like, I guess in the context of how it is, because a lot of girls or a lot of women would say they want to be friends with somebody first before they get serious with them, and then, then they'll progress to something else. Obviously, if that's, but hold on, let me finish my point. So obviously, when they get into a situation with somebody, they're not gonna start off with calling, "Hey, that's my girl." It might be uncomfortable in some situations too when someone addresses you as their friend and you want something more. You want to be more than friends, but it hasn't got to that level yet. They don't know how comfortable they can be yet. So it's kind of like a crawl before you walk type of situation. So calling a sis, I guess it is kind of weird, but it's just something that they've adapted to in today's culture, where they will refer to, hey, sis, as like friend, that type of thing. But once they start the stuff and start saying that they like, okay, yeah, I thought you was cool like this, but I want to be more than that. I think the cis drops at that point.
Yeah, I know that, but I just feel betrayed because I feel like you was just sneaking around, like you liked me, this because I had no idea, like, because I just thought we was cool. I mean, we worked together. I didn't like, I don't know. I think we smoked together a couple times, like outside the job, but we never went anywhere or anything. But I think we talked on the phone sometime. But as friends, we never was flirting or talked. Like I didn't have no so I just felt like you scammed me. Like you just pretended to be my friend. Like, and I would want to be friends first, but I think it should be. We could still be friends first, even though you express your interest from the beginning.
Maybe it's not easy to do that though.
But I feel like I can't trust you after that because you lied. Like I feel like the relationship is built on a lie because I really had no idea that you were interested in me that way. And what if I, like in this case, we wasn't that close like that, but I did consider him like a friend. Like I was cool with him. I wasn't. He was attractive, but since he started calling me sis, I assumed that he wasn't.
But why does it matter? Like if he was a good friend, like I don't understand. I guess I don't understand because I'm like just thinking like okay like
because
if they were
lied.
just
Thing.
I mean, but it's not really like to me. I don't look at it as like a lie. It's just like I'm keeping my feelings to myself. Like that's my personal thing. It's selfish for you to think that I have to give you that information. If I feel a certain type of way, I can still feel a certain type of way, but it's still a good thing. It's not a bad thing if somebody likes you.
It wasn't what I mean? Bad.
But it's just for you. You probably would have wanted a situation, but they just felt more comfortable with you being a friend and didn't want to put it there. And maybe that's how some people protect themselves. And it's not selfish, really, unless it's looked at as a negative way and they push themselves away instead of bringing themselves closer because of that. But if they try to bring themselves closer and then they say, you know what, I want you to know that, because we're getting closer, that this is how I feel about you and I don't want it to mess up our friendship. If they could say that and then the person is okay with that, because a lot of times, if you tell a woman, you know what, I really like you, but I don't want to make things more complicated. I like what we have. If you tell her that and she feels that way because she's hiding it too, right? Because it takes two to tango. So she's hiding that feeling herself, and then you find out that she's hiding that feeling. Now he's like, nah, I'd just rather be friends. She ain't trying to hear that. I don't want to just be friends. Because now you done told me this. So
well, in this case, I think that's
it's
what I'm saying.
complicated.
He was trying to talk to me in that way, and that's why I brought it up. Because I'm like, you like me? I'm like, I thought.
Was it years later?
No, after I had quit. Bless you. After I had quit the job, or I don't know, I think I quit.
Okay.
And
so it was like a few months. It was a period later. Like it wasn't like instantaneous, right? Yeah. It wasn't like the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I don't know, the reason why I'm saying this is not necessarily about the fact. It's not what he lied about.
Always play a part too.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't trust you because I feel like I don't know what you just got out of a breakup or what, and I think he did, because that's what I'm saying. We were cool. He would talk to me about relationships and stuff. I would tell him stuff about, so it's like I confided in you like a friend.
Who more to be the person that you probably be closer
but I
to
can't get past because now I don't trust you,
right.
because it started off on a lie. Yeah, right. And like, so
I mean,
not even that.
A lie. I mean, if I'm in a relationship, to value my relationship, I'm gonna be a friend to you.
They weren't. We was working together for a while, so they wasn't always in that relationship. We was working together before they got with that person. So I was there. Then they would talk about them and they was having issues and stuff like that. But it wasn't that serious. I didn't care because I just felt like I never thought, like I didn't think that, I thought we were just friends. So now you saying you like me and then you just broke up or whatever, and now you want to talk to, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why? And then I'm like, then I'm questioning, like, you calling me sis, you were just saying that as a disguise, so because now you got a, like,
why so
because I asked, did you always like me in that way? And they said yes.
Maybe he did, yeah, but maybe he did. He just didn't feel like it was the right time. He just didn't feel comfortable. Whatever the reason could have been. Sometimes people do have mixed feelings, but we can't we can't judge people off of that because everybody has their own feelings. Like if you feel a certain type of way, and you like, you know, you don't want to be a friend to somebody. You don't want to be disrespectful if somebody's in a relationship. You know what I mean?
So that's
but to me, like that, like lies to me is like I'm not in a relationship. That's a lie. You know what I mean? And then I'm dealing with you.
A lie is when you don't tell the truth.
That's not telling the truth. That's my feelings. Who gives you the right to know what my feelings are?
Because it's about me and you.
It ain't about you. It ain't about you. See, that's what I'm saying. That's you.
The feelings are feelings
right,
about
but then that's you. That's you. Because you're worrying about what somebody else feels, and then when they finally express it, you don't want to take the risk because of what happened in the past. We were cool.
I don't trust
and such
him
and such.
or nobody else.
Right.
So.
Well, it's good to guard ourselves, but it's just also men have to understand more that when we're dealing with situations with women, we have to understand them from an emotional standpoint, and it can't always be from the logical standpoint. The emotional standpoint is just understanding how this is going to make her feel after this situation happens, more so than, and it doesn't seem like it's fair, but if it's a woman that you actually care about, then that's something that you should consider. If it's not somebody that you don't really care about, then fuck it, because this is how women are. But if it's somebody that you care about, you got to take the time to, acknowledge that. Always got to be too. What they say? It's levels to the shit. So if she not that, then you don't gotta do all that. And you'll know from her behavior, things that she do.
Offended because I said no. I don't trust her.
It's cool. You have every right to feel how you feel, but then he also has every right to feel how he felt. If he really did mean it genuinely. If he was a scumbag, he was a scumbag. Because sometimes niggas is not in a relationship with the person that they was supposed to be in a relationship with because they cheated. Or it could have been because that person did something to them. It could have been anything. But the convenience of dealing with situations. And also, when you're sharing information with somebody like the psychiatrist or the therapist, you're going to get a connection with that person. So there's going to be a very close connection, and then that close connection can develop into intimacy. So
that's what Annalise Keaton, she married her therapist.
Yeah, it happens. That's real. Even though that's a show, that's real shit.
They're not supposed to be getting that close to them.
Nah, you're not supposed to. Nah, that's he could lose his license.
Yeah, you will have to refer them to somebody else.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then she met another one. He was doing it too. He ended up overdosing. He started using drugs. Cause the wife she was a therapist too, and she found out. Well, the ex-wife, they lost their kid, and they were no longer together, but they were still in contact. And she reached out to Annalise and she told her like you're triggering him because her trauma reminds him of the daughter that they lost. Cause she wasn't like a baby, she was like a teenage girl. I think she committed suicide. So it was talking to Annalise about her stuff was triggering him about his daughter because there were similarities and stuff that they experienced. So he was like, he started being interested in her. And she told me to stop seeing her because I could refer you to somebody else, but it's not good for him. He can't handle it. And he didn't know them. She left from seeing him, but then she started coming back. And he tried to kiss her. I think she liked him too, but she just didn't cross the line because she was like, I'm not doing this again. But she was professional. She wasn't like, you could just tell that she was interested in him, but she wasn't like saying stuff, making it, clear.
She got that walk, man. That stiff walk.
Annalise is fit.
Yeah, she is. That's a woman king.
I don't like watching slave movies or African fighting war, whatever, with the women and they or slaves when they got them looking like I don't know.
God, open your mind a little bit. It's crazy.
I have watched slave movies before. And
Was it like I don't know, like it was kind of a slave movie. It was more like it was like 300.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like that.
And I didn't even watch the second what is that Marvel movie?
You don't like action? You like some action movies? It depends.
What is that Marvel movie? The
what?
black superhero. It was 2 movies.
Black Panther?
Yeah, I only watched the first one. I didn't watch the second one.
Why you watch the second?
Because why do they keep trying to make these women be men? Like I don't
know. No, that's a story.
I know it's a real story, but I just don't. They should have.
It was actually good. It wasn't. I mean, Marvel is pretty good. I mean, they do a good job. No, I'm talking about like how they direct their movies. Their movies are pretty spot on. But there was a joke that they had going around. They called it the MCU era, where they had a lot of female leading role shows.
They had the She-Hulk show I watched.
They had the She-Hulk show, yep. And then they had the Black Widow, her sister show. Then they had the Hawkeye was the girl. They had her show.
And Agatha.
They had Echo. That was her show. She was she had one leg, and she was still giving it to people. She's a one-leg MMA superhero.
Wasn't Agatha?
Agatha. Then they had the Scarlet Witch show.
The black and white.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff for female. Oh yeah, and they had the Miss Marvel girl.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Marvel girl.
I didn't see that.
Marvel is I mean it's very, but you know what's crazy? Like those storylines are true. Those are real characters. So it's like it's not really deviated, but they could select from several different story arcs and they chose those. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I like Marvel movies. And I don't know about the comics. I didn't read them. But
I just like action movies, yo. Like if it's really a good storyline, like what's a better storyline than a comic book to me? It's already a story. You know what I mean? And they make it so accurate. Like when I saw the first Spider-Man, I remember I was in high school and they were showing and we were seeing the trailer of it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch that tonight. They were showing the trailer of it when he first became Spider-Man. And when he was crawling on the side of the brick wall and they just showed that. I'm like, yo, he gonna be crawling on the wall. I was souped about that. Just him crawling on the wall, touching the wall. And it was cheesy kind of. But he was touching the wall and climbing up the wall, Tobey Maguire. And I was like, yo, this is fire, yo. And I was so impressed. I forgot what grade I was in. I think I was probably in the 12th or the 11th grade. And I was so impressed. And I was like, yo, this movie is going to be one of the best movies that ever came out. And was it? It was one of the best movies that ever came out. Not even just the best Marvel movie. It was one of the best.
It's too many movies to pick. My mind doesn't work like that. Or even when people be like, "What's your favorite song?"
Because that movie, because that movie, even for people that don't like comic books or don't like stuff like that, it was a movie where people could go to, and it could be a family movie, it could be a romantic movie, it could be an action movie, it could be a comedy, it could be a horror, it could be a drama. it's all different aspects in the movie, but this movie is just for everybody to have. It was like a roller coaster ride.
I did like Spider-Man. I like
that movie was crazy, yo, when it first came out because he got bit by the bug, he got stronger, Uncle Ben, then he got the, with great power comes great responsibility. He chased the guy, he was swinging through the city, he wasn't that good at it, then he got good at it, then he, oh man, the story was crazy.
That's my favorite one, and then the cartoon one, the latest one that came out. Spider-Man and the Multiverse.
You like that?
Yeah,
Miles Morales?
And I don't even like new cartoons. Like
I'm telling you, man, give them things a chance. Some of them are good. There's some of them are good and some of them are bad. Like anything else, you know what I mean? But the thing about me is, I'll give a movie. I'll watch the first 15. Something that people done talked about a little bit, and I'll try it, and I'll be like, yo, you know what? This is a decent movie. Like right now, I just started watching the woman in the cabin or something like that. So it's a woman that's like stuck on a boat. It's a thriller. And they're saying that she's not on the boat.
I think Samir said she was.
Yeah, it's a thriller. Cause I don't like the Lifetime movies. Like, but I like those real suspenseful movies where
like a horror
there's something going on.
Or like
it's not really supernatural. It's like everybody's in on it. It's like a whodunit. You know what I mean? Because it's like everybody's like covering it up. Because she's a journalist and it's all rich people on this boat. We don't know. I didn't finish watching it. So it's like one of those like, you've seen this girl. We all seen the girl in the movie. So where'd the girl go? Did she disappear? Did she just imagine this girl? Like, you know what I mean? She hasn't taken any drugs. Like, what's going on? So just trying to figure that out.
I'm gonna check it out. It's on Netflix.
Is it Netflix that I was watching? Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. I have forgot too, cause I was talking to her yesterday. She said she wanted to watch it. I ain't never heard of it.
Who's the girl that plays in it? What's she playing? I forgot what she played in. The leading actress.
I watched.
You ever seen the movie Memento?
He lost his memory and he would take pictures.
He was making tattoos on his body of stuff.
So but he would take pictures too,
He took pictures, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I vaguely though. I didn't watch. I mean, I
well,
watched
the guy
it,
that played in that, he's in this movie.
The one who lost his memory?
Yes. He's a really good actor. That's one of his earlier movies that I remember. That I was like, yo, he's good.
It sounds like something I watched because somebody died in it.
I watched that movie.
Cause that's what I'm gonna think. The girl in the cabin. What happened to her? I'm automatically.
Right. What was that movie, man? We were just talking about it last time. Identity.
Oh yeah.
I just watched Identity again today.
I told Mom to watch it. I'm like, I don't know if she did.
That was good, yo. That's a good movie.
Asking me what's good movies to watch or if something new came out or whatever. And I watched Run. That junk was trash, but I knew it was gonna be.
What, Run with the girl that was like bedridden? Her mother was like giving her stuff.
No, not that was Sarah Paulson. No, they made a new one and it's with Erica Mena and Marcus Houston and J Boog from B2K is in it. He playing the cop. Well, no, I got it mixed up. J Boog is not in it. Take that back. But Erica Mena and Marcus Houston are in it. And it's supposed to be aliens taking over the world. And Claudia Jordan is in it. And that guy, I don't know what's his name. He's a newer actor. But it doesn't matter. It was corny. It was these big giant aliens. They was mad tall. They made a news report like, oh, the aliens are overtaking, like stay in your home. If you got a phone, you could shine your flashlight on them and they will blind, like it would distract them so you could get away or something. You could shoot them in the head, but you can't, their body is like titanium or something, so you gotta shoot them in the head to kill them. Like, it would have been a good, I don't know, the shit was cheesy, and I didn't like how it ended. Cause they was like, the president made an announcement like we gotta do a nuclear bomb. That's the only way that we can get rid of them. Cause it was a bunch of them overtake. So it was like California and like two other places, two other cities or towns, states. They, the world as we know it. But they said the world as we know it is gonna be, cause the bomb's gonna wipe everybody out. But they like, we gotta do it because we have, that's the only option to get rid of them or whatever. So he was like, in 12 hours, this was gonna happen. So go be with your family and hug them and tell them that you love them. But the whole time the president got, they said it like the president had a fucking bunker to protect him from that shit. Like, or they and whoever else the elite couldn't get in, they could have a certain amount of people in there. That's what the fuck they be doing. You gonna fucking blow us up, and you had these fucking motherfuckers in that damn facility, Roswell or whatever. That was somebody said, and he was on the news reporting. And he was like, "Oh, there goes something over there or whatever," and then he was like, "They're coming. Shine your phone if you shine." When he said, "Shine your phone," because they could hear you and they could understand you, and then they just grabbed him up on the news. And they were like, "Oh my God, did you see that?" Like, I don't know. It was just so cheesy. It would have been a good storyline. Somebody else made. Chris Stokes made that movie. And they lied. It was supposed to be in theaters. That junk went to Tubi. It didn't even go. But he always did play out the movies up there. They about to have another stepmother. Erica really did. Well, she getting paid for it. But I just don't like when it be a bad actor or a bad act. Like, I'll be getting mad. Because, like, you can't even act. You don't deserve that opportunity. My opinion.
That's why you gotta get on. Change the game up. Do it the right way. A lady in Texas, she deletes her 4 children. She was on paternity court.
What?
She said she had to do it.
What is wrong with people?
It was on Law and Crime too.
7 days ago, the 31-year-old mother is being charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The Brazoria County Sheriff said this was on October 6th. A Texas mother who allegedly shot her 4 children over the weekend, unaliving 2 of them, faces murder charges, authorities said Sunday. The 31-year-old mother, they said that she is being held at $14 million bond. 2 of the children, ages 13 and 14, were fatally shot inside a vehicle Saturday. The other children, ages 8 and 9, were in a stable condition after being flown by a medical helicopter to a Houston area hospital, Stallman says. This is just terrible. What is wrong with people? Why did she do this? Like, The children's mother called 911 to alert authorities after the shooting. Stallman said authorities recovered a weapon at the scene.
She said she had to do it.
Prayers go out to this family, to those kids, and hopefully the other 2 kids make it, and they gone to the hospital. Prayers out to them. That I don't know, because I feel like when people do stuff like this, it must be something wrong with you, because how could you unalive anyone, especially your children, and you're the mother, so they came out of you. Like, I don't think the father, that's crazy if the father would do it too, but I think it's a little different. You got a different kind of bond when they came out of you, or you should anyway. That speaks to another point. Something must be missing within you for you to be that disconnected from your own children that you would take their life. And this is not the first time that a parent has done something like this, like unalive their children, whatever way they do it. Like, it's sickening, and it's like, this world, people is just sick. And they really are. I think these people are clinically sick. It went overlooked. The system failed them. I don't know what happened, what makes these people, but you can't tell me that a sane person, a normal person, is doing stuff like this to their children. Like, and there's and they got good sense, because you wouldn't, that wouldn't even be a thought that would occur to you if for about your kids, like that. No. And their kids, what could they have possibly done if the argument is that they made her upset? Like, how upset could your kids make you to want to take their lives? Like, so I don't have any children, but I couldn't even, like, that's your child. That's a different type of bond than anything else. Like, it should be anyway. But like I said, some people be missing screws. So that's the only way I could. Well, I can't explain for her, but that's the only way that I would think that you would be able to do something like that and live with yourself.
That's sad. I mean, it's a tragedy. But what makes somebody come to that, to do something like that? It's just like watching all these serial deleter documentaries and all this. You just understand that some people break. Life becomes a term that a lot of people are using now. You become overstimulated, and you just can't deal with the normal pressures of life anymore. It's a lot of information. Like I have to take breaks because I'm always looking at all these different information. Like today I was looking up what are the 25 top skills that a human should have. Very broad. But I looked up that and I knew that a lot of those things were probably going to be things that I've already been doing over time or already have become skilled at. But didn't realize that these were things that I should be skilled at. But that's good. That's really good teaching or mentoring from wherever I got it from. But a lot of us don't have that. And one of those things was having some type of mentorship.
Now, what are you doing? She like putting a paw on me like it's a ledge, like you just climb. Get down out of that chair. Get down. You're not a person, okay? Get down. Because you're being aggravating. Stepping on me, trying to see if my leg is stable. What are you doing?
This dude, what do you think about this? This dude tried to stab a dude and he disarmed him and then he stabbed him and then he went with his daughter to wait for the police and
this is a lot of people involved in this.
He got arrested. And I think he's doing time.
Man disarms.
And this was in Brazil.
Almaty International Airport, Kazakhstan. Retired boxer Musa Abdram intervened when a 67-year-old man took a female airport security agent hostage with a knife. Abdram offered to trade places with the hostage, and when the attacker agreed, lunged at him and disarmed him with his bare hands. On NBC, exclusive video, man. Video captured the moment man disarmed Monterey Park gunman at second dance club. No, but you said a knife, didn't you?
It was in Brazil.
This Wednesday, March 7th of this year, and it says disarmed with a wielding, but it said at an airport. It doesn't say where.
It wasn't something that looked like it was like at a restaurant, like you were standing like a restaurant. It looked like it was like outside, maybe patio type of looking thing. I put it in the.
He was threatening to blow up the airport with a.
Nah, not that. I don't know about that. That's something else. It's always something.
March 8th, 25.
That's something else. I put it in Instagram. We sent it.
Yeah, well, that's people are nuts. I don't know what's wrong with what is going on. Do they need to do a bomb? Maybe we'll come back in a different body and people will get it together next time. God fed up with us. That's why all this stuff is happening. Outside of people doing stuff themselves. He's like, y'all keep doing all this bullshit. I'm going to show you. We did the flood before. Now is what time is going to be? Fire?
We do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Florida Homeowners Association accused of racism after allegedly attempting to take legal action against 5-year-old for touching a tree.
That sounds crazy.
Touching a tree? Like, that's crazy. See,
Florida resident.
This social media post by South Florida State Representative Juan Porras says he's considering legislation to repeal homeowner associations in the state. Scott Lear is a president of a local HOA and says he's against the idea of getting rid of associations because they help communities stay safe.
HOAs are here to ensure property values are good. No one wakes up one morning with a letter in their mailbox saying you're part of an HOA. Chances are you have moved into that HOA, you've agreed to the covenants, the terms of what's going on, you've agreed to the rates to pay for your HOA.
But that's not how everyone feels.
I think that we should definitely ban HOAs.
Gabby Enriquez says she's for banning HOAs because they're picky about small issues, and she doesn't like the run-ins she's had with hers.
It was raining for like 3 weeks straight, and they were upset that we didn't mow our grass. And I was like, we can't. We will tear up our lawn.
And one man I spoke to says he likes living in communities with HOAs, but sees why others have issues with them. He also says he just can't see the associations ever leaving our state.
Yeah, you're going to still have HOAs. They may make some changes with how the disputes are handled, but I just think logistically you're going to always still have them.
This social media post by South...
I don't think you even know HOA. And then people be like, make sure you bring your trash. The trash goes out on Tuesday. Why don't you have your trash out? Or they be like, the grass is supposed to be 3.5 inches high. Yours is 5 inches. You can't, like, worry about yourself. Don't be telling me, are you on the board at the homeowner association? Or some of them do be members of the homeowner association. I mean, like, on the board or something. Or have stock in it or whatever. And then they be trying to talk shit, like, get out of here. I wouldn't even want to move into one of those neighborhoods. And I don't think that's the video to talk about the boy, what you said, that he touched the tree. But that should not be nothing that's in no agreement for the homeowners association. That, what does it say? A black person can't touch a tree? Or he just saying that to him? I bet you they don't have that in writing. Like, there's no way. I mean, well, I guess Trump did pass that. So I guess that applies to any type of business. Like, he did say we can, like,
If this my property, then you can't touch it.
Whose tree was he touching?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't live there himself?
I was assuming.
Oh, so he was trespassing. That's what he was saying. But that's still. And where was the mom at?
Mm-hmm.
She know he ain't supposed to be touched. This is what I be wanting to know. Where is these parents when this stuff be happening? Because that sounds crazy. I laughed when you read that because that sounds ridiculous. Like, not, because it's not funny. It just sounds ridiculous. Like, you trying to file some claims because he touched a tree? Like, what the fuck is going on? It's a little kid. Like, and even if it wasn't a grown person, that's weird. You're doing too much.
$11-year-old boy, I'm sorry, a man punches an 11-year-old boy in the face and yelled racial slurs. He's facing months in prison. He's not even doing like, I think he's doing like 40 months or something.
Because he only punched him. But
11-year-old.
he shouldn't have put his hands on him at all. Or, I don't know, what happened? Unless he had like a weapon or something, and he was attacking you, like, I don't know. 'Cause some
Like
kids
children
be-
in the corn?
No, you don't have to be children of the corn to have it. Kids get access to guns all the time and shoot people. So that would have to be the context in my mind. Like, he shot at you or something, and you was able to disarm him and take the gun. If it was outside, or he had a machete or some shit. Like, I don't know. Kids be bad or whatever. So if it wasn't that, then you had no right to put your hands on him. Not because he said something or whatever. But I don't know what happened. So. How would you feel if somebody did that to your kid?
I'd be mad as fuck. It means war, nigga. Put your hands on my kid. There's no reason to put your hands on my kid because they got parents. And if my kid is somewhere that I'm not there, it's because I trust my kid to do something. But if something happened to my kid while I'm trusting them to do something and they're doing the right thing, then you're going to have to deal with me. But if I'm there, come get me.
You still have to do nothing. I'll handle them because, yeah, some people, their kids don't have no manners. They didn't teach them right. But this was in Chinatown? Where was it?
I don't know.
He said the crazy guy was speaking Chinese saying, I want to unalive everyone. A witness said. Because he punched an 11-year-old and he was attacking random people in Chinatown. If this is, I don't know if this is the thing.
It was a Asian person.
I guess he said he was attacking random people in Chinatown. He punched it, and then he stomped on him. Like, he didn't, like, it was one stomp, but still.
Did he have a gun or a machete? What? Why you laughing? That's what you said.
No, he just walked up to him. I'm saying that's the only way I would, and he hit him more than once. What is wrong with people? This is crazy.
You could put the clip in the description.
Yeah, people, take care of your kids. Pay attention to where they going. Pay attention to where you have them at, who you have them around when they're not with you. Pay attention to who their friends are, and if you meet their friends' parents, if you're gonna be letting them go to their friend's house and stuff like that, because you don't know who people are. You don't know who you can trust. Some people is crazy. Some people might just be ratchet and put your kids in a bad situation that they don't need to be in. They might just have views that you don't agree with. So there's gonna be a clash. They should try to have, you should try to make it so they have friends that, like, okay, if you have friends and they have children, y'all both have the same way of parenting. Or even if it's not the same or some things are different, they're not gonna step on your toes and try to do some other shit that you illicitly told them not to, that you didn't want your child a part of or whatever. Like, so if you, so that, you know, easy to maneuver. You know who they're around. You know they respect your views, even if they don't agree. But you agree on most things when it comes to parenting. So it's, you could trust them because they go to school and they meet these kids. Like, you need to find out who their friends are. Go show up at the school and have lunch with them someday, or once a week or something. Cause they gonna act a certain way when they at home with you. They should, out of respect. If you're a parent, if you're giving them something to look up to or whatever. If they doing some bullshit, they're not gonna do that jump in front of you. So you need to pop up on them if they go to school or whatever and have lunch with them or come and talk. You go sit in the classroom, like sit in the back.
If you got time for this, like,
yeah, if you can. Well, like make time, or at least once a month. You don't have to do it all the time, but go in and check on them. They might be getting bullied or something. It don't even have to be something that they are doing, and they might be scared to tell you. Some kids be killing themselves now, unaliving themselves because they're being picked on in school, and they scared to tell anybody about it. And sometimes telling makes it worse. So if you see it happening and you handle it on your own, you don't even have to say nothing to them. You could have popped up one day and peeped that. Nobody even knows who you are. You just come in and be like, tell them I'm coming to the school today, or I'm about to come to the school this week, so, or whatever. Like, don't tell them when you coming, but be like, just know I'm about to pop up on your ass, or whatever. And then, so the kids don't know you. Nobody, only the teacher knows, and they're like, oh yeah, Miss Pearl, you could sit in one of the chairs over there. So and the kid don't say nothing because they don't want them to know the business that she come in there watching them, because then they gonna, so she sit there, the kids start doing some bullshit, and then you could just go and tell on them and have the principal come and catch them or something, and don't even say nothing, so nobody know who told nobody. It ain't gonna be like, oh, because sometimes I do make matters worse, like, I don't know, but yeah, do stuff like that. And when your kid come home from school too, ask them what did they tell them to give you a rundown of their day if they can, if they're old enough to be able to say like, what did you do from start to finish? Kids go to school with a whole outfit in their book bag, put on makeup, and turn into a whole nother person. You like, some kids be bringing guns to school that they done stole out the closet in their parent house. Like, y'all need to watch your kids. And like, one of the peeps said they be doing it. They said every day when your kids come home from school, they make them tell them everything that happened. Like, don't miss nothing. You can't do nothing else until you sit down and talk to me or whatever about your day. Because they just want to make sure, because people crazy. The teachers be doing stuff to the kids, beating them up, saying them this, you know, you can't use, I don't know what other way to, like, at least you can, I mean, if something already happened, but at least you can know about it, because you gotta make it comfortable for you to tell me stuff, because you just can't. That's why I don't even want my kids to go to school. Like, I swear, if I had kids, I'm gonna homeschool them, because at least maybe up to a certain age, because people is bugged out. Like, I keep seeing the teachers doing stuff to the kids. Then you got the teachers messing with the teenage students, or 13-year-old or whatever, or 10, like, you know, men and women are doing this, and it's like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, first of all, that's an abuse of power, because you're a teacher, you're supposed to be teaching them, let alone the age difference. That's a whole separate issue. But just the fact that you're their teacher alone is like, you can use that as like some form of manipulation, because you could be like, oh, if they don't want to be involved in this or whatever, you could be like, oh, well, I'm gonna fail you if you don't fuck me, or if you don't, whatever. Like, it's like, how the fuck, like, that's why it's already wrong. Then the age difference, you're more mature, you have more experiences in life. Because of their age and lack of experience, they're green to the whole situation. So it's easy to manipulate them based off of that too. And it's like, why would you have to be thinking of some type of doing it for manipulation? Because why would you even want to be with one of your students if they're not even 18 years old? Like, these kids are like 10 and 11, and it's grown people. Like, what's wrong with you? That's why I said it's something wrong with them. I don't know how else to describe it, because normal people don't have these type of thoughts. And I don't know if it's something because something happened to them, because they saw something, because they were abused. I don't know, but it'd be something wrong. Or some people have some type of defect in the brain where certain wires don't connect, and they don't feel emotions the way, if at all, that normal people do. So that's why they could just do stuff and not care. Like, unalive their whole family, their wife and their kids, and then go on the news and cry about it. Like, they're crying, like they're missing, like, oh, I hope they come back. And like, you did it the whole time. You put them in a tank, in a water tank, or like this guy actually did that. Like, this was years ago, but like, he went on the news because he didn't even report them missing. I think someone else did. He just was like going on with his life or whatever. And then the lady's sister reported them missing, her and the kids, because they had two daughters. And this nigga he unalived them and put them in a tank. Like, he worked at like an oil rig. It was an oil tank. And they got a ladder on the side, and you got to climb up to open it or whatever. And he put the daughters' bodies in there after he unalived them. And then he went on the news and cried and acted like they were missing. Like, I hope, please, if you see them anywhere, knowing the whole time they're dead, you got rid of them. But you sitting up here pretending that you think they're missing, and you telling anybody to find them. If they see them, please report it and let them know. If you got them, please bring them back. Not mad, I just want them here. Like, it's like, is you cool? Like, what's wrong with you? How could you do that? And then, or the people go out to eat after or go to school. Them girls that unalived their mom, and then they went to school after they did it. How you go to school after you do something like that to your own mother? Like, and
they
then
said it could have been the shock of the situation. They didn't realize what they've done, and then they came back and had to clean everything up.
I don't know. People are nuts. I just, sometimes people are born that way. Sometimes they're created, and they are monsters. That's why they made a good title for that show on Netflix, because they something.
These are our era of monsters.
And that's crazy. People have been serial killing since long ago, and they still doing it. Somebody out there still doing this. Like, like, when you watch some of these movies and stuff, you be like, oh, you don't be thinking about it as like a real thing. But then it's like, when you living in a time where it's an active person around, they're saying that it might be a serial killer, or you just keep seeing bodies piled up or people missing, and they keep finding bodies and stuff, and it's obviously somebody killed them or whatever. They didn't just die from cancer or something, and why would they be where they was at if that happened? Somebody trying to cover it up. So like, somebody did something to them. So who and then what's worse, one person that's doing all this stuff, or a bunch of different people doing it? Because if it's one person, at least okay, if you get them, if you catch them, if you ever do, because y'all niggas suck. Y'all don't catch nobody. Y'all, I mean, I ain't gonna say you don't catch nobody. Some people I got caught, but y'all dumb as hell. Ted Bundy escaped like twice when he was in custody and went and killed some more people. So y'all gotta get it. Y'all gotta tighten up. I don't know what the fuck. You let that nigga in the library. The window was open. This nigga escaped and went to a college campus, and he didn't even kill in that way normally. Like he wouldn't just do no massacre. It would be like one at a time or one each day or whenever. But he was like, I'm free. He was like, I just broke out. Like I gotta go get. This is my purge. Like I gotta get as many bodies as I can today because they gonna catch my ass and bring me back or whatever. I feel like because that wasn't his normal MO. Like he wouldn't normally just do a whole bunch of people at one time. It would be like, oh, I dropped my keys, and he acted like he got a cane or something, and somebody go grab the keys.
Remember that was in Silence of the Lamb. That was what's his name? Buffalo Bill. He had the van, and he had pretended that he was having a hard time putting the couch in the trunk of the van, and then he ended up beating her up and putting her in the back of the van and tying her up.
Yeah, that's what he was.
Then he put her in a well. It was like she puts the lotion on her skin,
or else she gets the whole thing.
That movie was crazy.
Yeah, but
Anthony Hopkins did a great job.
Yeah.
Red Dragon was good too. Did you see that?
I didn't watch none of the.
Red Dragon was so good.
And I did put it on again because I said I need to watch it again because I don't remember what happened.
Red Dragon is so good.
I didn't get to know, but I said.
Do you got to work tomorrow for the Indigenous Day? I know the insurances are cool, so I don't know if you got to work. I got to work.
I don't know.
Oh.
They didn't say nothing about what is Indigenous Day.
Columbus Day.
Why they changed the name? I remember I think they changed it like last year or a couple years ago. They didn't be sick.
They changed it because
it's a lie.
Well,
they said he didn't.
What it represents. And a lot of people don't support it.
Indigenous people found it, so they're supposed to be doing that. I don't even know. I need to find out because this job, they don't give a fuck. they don't even try to do no overtime. She said that shit. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but hopefully nobody sees it. But she said the team lead. So we was talking or whatever, but it was almost time to go, and we still in training. But she was like, "Oh, it's 6 o'clock. We ain't trying to give nobody overtime, so we'll talk about this in the morning. See y'all tomorrow." So if it's a holiday, I probably don't have to go. Is what I'm trying to say. But I need to text her in the morning because I don't even know. I didn't even know it was Columbus Day. Yeah, I probably do have it off. But I don't know, we in training, I'm not taking calls yet, so. And I don't have a schedule, it's just like to log on to Teams every day until the training is over. I'm like, they is not playing, like she stopped me mid-sentence. It's like it's 6 o'clock.
I've been taking sea moss, the sea moss gel.
I was gonna get some of that too.
I'm gonna buy my own. It was great, but I'm gonna buy my own. I took a couple scoops of
How's it?
It don't got no like taste. It's not like good. It's kind of nasty. But
Because
I just
people
took it
be
raw
lying. That's why I'm
without putting
asking.
it
And
in.
then these commercials and stuff,
Yeah,
I
it's
see
just
people.
it's
They're
like
like,
gel. You just swallow in gel, but it don't really got no like
because they have
real
different
taste.
flavors, and people be like, "Oh, this really tastes like," and I'm like, "No, the fuck it don't," because that shit look like.
Not that. Not what I got.
You said it was great.
It's supposed to be grape flavor, but it don't taste like no grape. It don't taste like shit. It's just purple. That shit purple. Shit ain't grape. That's purple.
Grapes, they do have purple grapes.
Nah, but that's purple. The color. Not the
That's what
fruit.
it tastes like, purple.
Yeah. That would taste like purple.
I know it's nasty because somebody else was taking. It was this lady that I be watching that she be eating healthy because she was sick. I don't. She got an Instagram and I follow her. She be eating. She's vegan and she only her daughter. She got a baby and and the baby's vegan too. Like she said, she only give her fresh fruits and vegetables. She's not. She don't give her cooked food yet. She just that's all she give her is fruits and like and she go to the farmer's market and go get. But she was sick. She was on oxygen. She said they told her that she was gonna die. She was big too, and then she changed her eating, and now she's okay. She's not on oxygen. She lost weight, and she eats like that. Her son does too. Her son is a little older, so he had regular food before because that was when she was eating bad and everything. But she got him doing it too. But she cooks. She try to cook. She cooks stuff too. Like she'll make mushrooms and make it like fried chicken or whatever and stuff. And the food be looking good when she be cooking. And she made macaroni and cheese, but it was vegan. But it's gonna be some differences. But it looked like it was good. Like the stuff she be cooking, like she'll make a plate. But she don't eat cooked food all the time. Most of the time she eat like a big bowl of like fruit. And that do be filling. People be like, oh, fruit. Certain foods will fill you up, but you want something else. You'll still want because you're addicted to the sugar or the salt or whatever. You're used to that other stuff. So it's not you could be full, but because you're not getting like like a cheeseburger or whatever, because your body craves that now because you done built it up in your system. It's feel like you're missing something. Your body is like confused until you get used to it. Then it's not that hard. She be going places, bringing salad with her. Like if her family have a get together, they have a dinner, go to dinner. She'll just get salad or something, and she don't. Or if they don't have a vegan option on the menu, then when she be going on vacation, she be bringing fruit with her. I'm like, I don't know, on vacation, I feel like you just gotta detox. That gel is supposed to be good. Like if you eat stuff, you just gotta detox every once in a while. There's different ways. You could take something like that, detoxes you, or you can go. Some people don't want to do that, but that is an option. It's not they're not giving you nothing, a colonic, like they put a tube like with warm water inside of you or whatever, and it drains you out because most of the time, especially with all the food and stuff that they have now, people are not going to the bathroom the way that they're supposed to. That's why a lot of people's stomach poke out because their intestines are all backed up. And what a lot of people do that you shouldn't be doing, they hold it when they have to go to the bathroom. Every time you hold it, it gets hard and crusty and it sits there. And so I don't know if when you did that, when you try to go afterwards, then it'd be hard because that is still there and it'll build up over time and over time. Like, so that's not good. That's how people get sick and liver disease and stuff like that because you got all that waste built up inside of you and you're not getting it out. So you need to exercise. If you need to do something, if you're not doing all of them, go on a fast once a month or something, exercise, get a colonic, drink, a lot of water. They drink something that detox you. They got different detoxes. There's stuff that you can make at home with like vinegar and lemon juice and different stuff that you can mix together and that'll clean you out, or natural thing. Pineapple and cucumber. either pineapple and cucumber salad, or you could blend them up together and like to like a smoothie and drink it. That's good for your digestion. It gets your bowels flowing if you don't want to take medication or something. But like, you know, we got to do this. That's why a lot of people are getting sick. They're getting cancer. They're getting all these different types of diseases and stuff, and it's because of the food. We got to eat, and if everybody don't have access to farm food from a farm or stuff like that, and you're not going out hunting and shit, they spraying shit in the air now, like that they said in New York or somewhere. They're spraying something. The building is like emitting some type of mist into the air. It's coming from the vents of a building, and I forgot what the building was. And that's like, if you breathe that in, like it can make you sick, and it's like in the air, like in New York, like it's just they have it blasting out the vents or whatever. So it's like we gotta eat. Some of us, you gotta leave out the house and come back to go to work. You gotta bring your kids to school if they're not homeschooled or whatever. Like, so we gotta find ways to keep ourselves here if we could control it, as long as we're supposed to be, without getting sickness, and learn how to heal ourselves and take better care of ourselves. I know it's hard, and I'm not in the best shape, but I'll be trying to do stuff every day, like something, because I want to be here. I want to be healthy. I don't just want to be here. Like, I don't want to be like on my my 600-pound life or something. Them people, they can't even walk, and they always, you know what? Just about all the people up there, they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So that is great.
Love for everybody.
Yeah, but it's just weird because the person will be normal size sometimes, and like it's like you want it to be. I don't know. Maybe they really love him. I guess I am a little bit, because shit, they can find somebody and they look halfway decent, and like I ain't that big. I don't be going nowhere. Some people be having fetishes too. That's what I said, because I don't know. I don't know if it's genuine. Maybe some out of the bunch, but somebody.
When it be crazy, it'd be like, yeah, come on now. Or they took them at their lowest.
Take me as I am, or have nothing at all. I wonder what Mary got to say about her boy. He got 4 years, so he got like 3.5. No.
Mary?
No. Yeah, Mary J.
What boy?
Diddy. She was.
Oh.
She ain't never say nothing about nothing that's going on.
I know. He coming home.
He got 4 years. He did like 15 months, so he got like.
He'll probably be out like next year.
No, they already. Why would he? He already got time served. They better not. No, fuck that. He need to serve
his first offense. He gonna be in the church sermons and everything. He gonna be baptized. He gonna turn his life around. We're doing him filthy though.
Wack was talking about Jim on Clubhouse, and he was talking about. He was like, "Is he alright?" He was like, "Hell yeah, he's alright." And then he said, because he was defending 6ix9ine, he was like, "Yeah, but at least he owned what he did. I could respect that, because I know how to deal with you. At least you own it. But like when you lying about it, then that's the problem."
Who are you talking about? Max B?
Jim Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jim Jones was on, Mano interviewed him. I guess Mano has a podcast. Because Jim has a podcast too, so I was confused. But I don't know. I think it was on Mano or whatever, and he was like, Max B coming home, how you feel about that? And he was like, you trying to make me crash out? He was like, no, because I don't want to crash out. And then, if he was like, or that's gonna make me crash out or something. And he was like, so why the fuck did you ask me about that? And he was like, there we go, let's go. Like, cause he tried to make him talk about it, but it's like, you know how he feel. I'm pretty sure y'all had this conversation privately. Like, why? But I don't know. I feel like Jim, Capo, Guillermo, or whatever you want to call yourself. I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of you as a solo artist. Like, and I've been following your career for some time. I think you need to let. I like Max B too, but I don't really listen to music. The only music I listen to by Max B was like if it was a song with associated with Dipset. I might have heard some other stuff on the radio or something, but that I actually know myself and can recite. It was like on a Dipset album or on Jim Jones album, but I like those songs that I heard from him. I just don't be searching him up. I never like really sat and listened to Max B. But he getting home, I think y'all should work together. I think that would be. I think you should put it to the side. Max already apparently said that he would work with him, and but Jim ain't having it. But I think you too old for that. Life is too short. Whatever he said, I know he made that diss and said that she touched it in Miami or something. Like, but you know, I think a lot of time has passed, and y'all should be past that. He's saying he's trying to come home and live right. He don't want to go back, so it ain't no threats. It ain't no, you feel me? It should be. He seemed like he trying to do better with his life. He matured since he been in there or whatever. It seemed like he could be full of shit. Cause I don't know neither one of them personally. I know more about Jim Jones than I do about Max B. But I think if he want to squash it and he like on some like let's work together. Y'all made some good shit together. Like even people that don't fuck with Dipset or don't listen to Jim, the songs that y'all made, like those was hits or whatever. Like people fucked with it. So I think you know you should try to get over it. And Cam said he ain't never getting over it with Jim. Well, he said Mem Bleak asked. Everybody got a podcast. Mem Bleak asked Cam on his podcast. So Mem Bleak has a podcast now, and he said, "What do you? Will you ever, be cool with Jim again?" And he was like, I'm not gonna say never. He was like, but I don't know. He was like, it is what it is right now. We ain't, like he was like, we only was working together for like 7 years. Like he said a timeline of like how he was like, but we've been beefing for like 18 or something. He was like, so we never made up from that point when the beef happened or whatever. So it's like he's saying basically we've been beefing longer than our friendship or how long we known each other or how long we was working together. So that don't even make no sense. Like why it's probably not even it ain't worth chasing after. Basically, he's saying if it happen, it do. If it don't, it don't. But I'm not. You feel me? Because I haven't even known you as long as we haven't been around each other. We've been. It's so much time has passed now. It's like I don't even care no more. Like, because if the reunions and stuff didn't bring them together, even when they did the verses, Fabulous was talking about how he went to the show when they did the verses, and he went in everybody's dressing room because he cool with everybody. Like, but the Locks had their own separate room, their own dressing room as a group, like just one room for all three of them, and then Dipset. They all had, Cameron had his own room, and then Jim and Joel had a separate room. So he was like, you could just see that it was gonna be. That's what Fabulous had. Like he was like, I'm cool. I didn't say no. I went and greeted everybody or whatever, but he was like, he could just sense that that was gonna affect their performance, like. Because y'all not even in the same dressing room together. But the Locks is, and they in there turning up, getting ready, preparing, whatever. They rehearsed, they were practicing, they took it serious. Y'all just showed up here on the day well, fathers ain't say all this, but I'm adding stuff too. Y'all just showed up there on the day that it was supposed to happen, and y'all was all just doing y'all own thing. Like y'all didn't even talk about what songs you were gonna do, how it was gonna go, which order, whatever. Like, but you could tell the Locks was prepared, and there was like camaraderie. Like you could tell they was in sync with each other. They practiced this, or they just got that chemistry. But you could tell Dipset was like it was just separate people on the stage, but they was in a group, but they wasn't moving like they was like so. But I do understand that, like, if you done did things, business wise after the incident happened, and that didn't make you wanna, bring you closer again. I mean, it's probably not even gonna be the same, but like make you want to, change how the relationship was going or make up, then it probably gonna happen. All this time went by, and it's just getting worse. But they just stopped speaking on it. People keep on asking him about it and shit, and it's like, but his answer was fine. He shouldn't feel no type of way about what he said. He wasn't disrespecting him, but because can be petty sometimes. But I think they need to let it go at this point. And you talk about the 5-year-old girl.
Five-year-old girl.
Is that in there? Yeah. Oh no, that's not. There's there's a woman.
5-year-old brutally beaten in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. By a 10 and 11 and a 12-year-old.
Was on a field trip in school.
No, the mom dropped her off at somebody, I think a family member house, because she had to get surgery or something. I think that's what they said. The girl left out the house with these kids. Apparently they wasn't paying attention to her, or they walked away or something, and she was sitting on the porch and she went off with these boys or whatever, and they took her to a field and they beat her up and essayed her. And it was a 8, a 10, 11. And she survived, but her mom said she's not the same. She's like having here it is.
She says her 5-year-old daughter was beaten, abused, and traumatized. I'm Katie Houston.
And I'm Damon Maloney. We first learned about this after receiving multiple phone calls and emails about a Facebook post detailing the violent attack.
News 5's Adina Busada sat down with that mother who wants everyone needing to know what happened to her daughter. Katie, Damon, we want to warn those that are watching that what you're about to hear and see may be graphic and disturbing, as a mother demands answers and justice for her daughter. She a mini you.
Yeah, she literally will crack you up. Like, she's so proper, the way she talks, everything about her is just like bubbly.
When talking about her 5-year-old daughter,
Oh,
and Tavia Kinnebrew lights up.
She is very, very affectionate.
But sadly, that joyful spirit
It was horrible.
is broken.
No, bubbly 5-year-old. She was not there no more.
We're not naming the child or showing her face because she is a minor. But this horrific story begins on September 13th. And Tavia says she left her 5-year-old daughter at a family member's house. Then she got a call. Her daughter was missing. When she arrived, the little girl was already in an ambulance.
I could not recognize my daughter. Her hair was ripped out of her hair. She had blood and bruises all over her. Her nails was filled in dirt, and she was unresponsive.
Tavia says her daughter was taken to a wooded area where a group of children attacked her. The allegations, which include sexual assault, are too disturbing to share with you.
That is so evil. It's so evil.
News 5 reached out to Cleveland police regarding this incident. What can you tell me about this investigation involving a 5-year-old allegedly being assaulted?
It is an active investigation that the Cleveland Division of Police is conducting at this time.
In a statement, the department confirmed that the Sex Crimes and Child Abuse Unit is actively investigating a case involving multiple children under the age of 10, both as victims and as suspects.
And we have to protect the rights that victims have, just as well as the suspects in these cases.
And Tavia says her daughter spent about a week in the hospital. The moment she opened her eyes,
She was screaming when she woke up. She said they killed me. She thought she was dead.
the memories came flooding back.
To hear you make me say that she did. What? A 5-year-old shouldn't even know that word. Like,
How is she now?
she's struggling mentally, behaviorally. She's saying things that she never said before. More violent, more suicidal things.
She says now her focus is on just two things: making sure her daughter heals and getting justice. You posted about it. Why? Why did you want to speak out regarding what happened to your daughter?
Because I needed justice for my daughter.
When you say justice, what does that look like?
Everybody involved in the pain that was inflicted on my daughter, they get what they deserve.
As of now, no charges.
No charges have been filed yet or brought up on anybody yet, but they said it was like a 10-year-old, an 11, and a 9-year-old or 8, 3 boys, and they told her to come with them, like to go play or whatever, and then they brought her to the field, and that's where the attack happened. But this is so, I don't know. It's fucked up that these kids did that, but I'm conflicted with like their kids too. Like, what is going on? Like, how did this happen? What is going on in your mind that would make you do something like this? And I think these kids need help because they're kids. Like, they do need to get. I'm not saying that they should be. They need to be evaluated. I don't know. Something needs to be done. They definitely don't need to be walking around right now. They need to find out who did it. But I don't know if prison is ever. I think we need to figure out what's going on in their head. Like, where they get this from. Is this something that they saw? Were they being abused? Like, why would you even want to do something like this to a little kid, to anyone? But like, what, that a kid to just have that thought process, like to be able to go through with something like that is like something is not anybody, but you're a kid, so it's like, where are you getting? Why are you thinking like this? What's happening at home? That's my first thing that I would think about. But they definitely do need to catch them at least to get them off the streets. But I don't know about what. Like I said, they need an evaluation or something. They need to like investigate the parents and what they got going on in the house and stuff, because no kid ain't just decide to do this on. I guarantee it's the ringleader. Somebody probably didn't want to do it out of the 3 that did, and the other 2 or 1 probably forced them, because I don't think that, which is still wrong because they still did it, but I think typically this is not something that most boys or men would do. So, and if you're young like that, you're very impressionable. So you're easily manipulated when you're younger. For some people. So it could be easy for somebody that age to be talked into something, peer pressured into it, or something like that. I think there's definitely somebody, one of them was like in charge and instructed the others to do this, because it's highly unlikely that all 3 of them would be like, come on, yeah, let's go get, like, is this what you planned on doing from the beginning, or how did it end up to that point? Where you like, is that why you picked her up from the beginning, or did you just decide that after you brought her to the field?
It's a sinister nature, because even if someone peer pressured you into it, you still have that moment to stop.
That's what I said.
But if you considered it, or like, oh, I never thought about that, then it's still something more sinister for you to even want to engage in this type of activity, because your behavior doesn't prevent you from causing harm to somebody else and taking it to the furthest extent of causing that person harm by violating them like that. So there's something inside you that you want to do it, just as opposed to somebody pushing you to do it. Like, somebody put the gun in your head, but even if they didn't have the gun in your head, would you still do it? And it's one of those situations.
There was an episode on Law and Order, and there was a little boy. He came to school. They they had a smoke. I mean, not a smoke detector, a metal detector. They have to walk through it when they come in the building. And the boy had a calculator in his pocket. He's like, it's a calculator. Took the calculator out. It was red stuff on it, something wet that was red. And she was like, "What is this? Ketchup or something?" And then she's like, "Are you okay?" And he passed out. So, come to find out, there was a student at the school, someone that he was. I don't know if he was older than him or how. They went to the same school. He might have been. I think they were in the same grade. But this boy, he had been home. His father worked a lot, but he was a good father. He was providing for him and stuff like that. He wasn't, he took care of him, and he cared about him. He wasn't like abusive or didn't seem that way or nothing. But he just worked a lot. So the boy would be in there watching porn. He was watching porn where with guys or whatever. So porn, they have weird. This is why I agree to a certain degree that kids should not be watching certain stuff because their mind don't recognize like this is for entertainment. This is not some shit you just should be going out trying to do. Now all kids are not gonna do that, but some kids are stupid and they're gonna try to do the shit or whatever, and then they alone by themselves thinking these thoughts with nobody to stop them from doing the shit or whatever. So this nigga been going to school raping kids, graping or whatever, but he would like he would be watching porn where it was that type of porn where it was like pretending that they were raping him. So he thought they was okay. He was like, that's what they do in the video. They say they don't want it, but they do. That's what he's doing to them. The kids are, and it was boys and girls that he did this to. It wasn't just girls or just boys, because other kids came out after that boy. There was multiple other children. So the father was like, what the, like first he was just mad because he was like, you did this to. He was mad. It was a boy, like that he did it really, and then he couldn't understand what is wrong with you, like why would you do this, like or whatever, and he was like he ain't my son, because he was really more mad about it was a boy, but then the doctor, not doctor, detective Stabler went to his house and he was like he needs you, he's a kid, and this is what I'm saying, like he's a kid, like I'm not saying that this is okay, but you can't just give up on him and be like fuck you, like you doing some wild shit, like I don't like, cause you feel like it's not in this case. I don't really think it's his fault. Probably the only thing is because he wasn't there enough because he was working a lot because he had to take care of them. So it's not a bad thing, but that does have a negative effect sometimes because they are alone too much, and so. But he ended up getting like I don't know. They gave him probation. He didn't go to jail, like because he told about him watching the porn and how he really believed that this was like they was like they didn't tell you to stop. He was like yeah, but the girls told him to stop in the video too. So it's like he really think because he's a kid like that this is like normal shit. Like when kids watch wrestling and then go break somebody neck or whatever trying to do a move on them because they think that this shit is that you could do it too, and you gonna be like that shit is fake. Like you should not be. Do not try this at home. Like, but some kids don't get that. So I think even if it's a crazy crime, like I think there should be some repercussion. They definitely should not, at least right after it happens, should not be walking freely to go do something to somebody else. If they can rehabilitate them, I think they should try to, if they're a kid under a certain age, I think they should do everything in their care to do that. I don't think it should be a life. It, I don't know because it's complicated. It's wrong what they did, but I don't think that their whole life should be ruined because I don't think that they understand the gravity of what they did. Like I think like I said, my thing, when kids are doing something like that, I would think they're being abused or they were abused or something. Something is going on. This is not normal for children to behave like this. Like, I mean, but I guess it starts somewhere. But I don't. That's all I could think, but I don't know. It's just a shame. It's sad. It make you don't want to have kids because I will kill somebody. I will unalive somebody. I'm not a killer, but don't push me because if if it's my loved ones, like I'm gonna go crazy. If I find out, maybe I won't do it. Maybe I'll find somebody else to handle it. But I think that's when I will crash out if I never did nothing like that ever, or if it's self defense. If I don't got no choice, if it's me or you, I'm gonna have to do that. Like, but I don't want to do it. But in certain instances, I understand. But I think when it's kids, it's like we gotta remember we can. And people, even up until like I think when you turn 18, that's still a kid mentally. Like some kids might be more mature than others or whatever. But that also takes a certain level of experience. And in most cases, how much experience have you gotten with life by the age of 18? Like it don't only come from that, also stuff that's being taught to you, but also you get taught through it by life, by going through shit or whatever. So unless you in it, usually if you got a certain level of extra experience by the time you're 18 that would deem you adequate or comparable to a 25-year-old or a 30-year-old, it's usually not anything good. Like it's usually it was some traumatic experience that forced you to grow up and be that way. It's never like you know what I'm saying. Like you were like your parents told you got sex trafficked or something, and you had to take care of your younger sibling when you came back. Cause I mean, yeah, there's a show. There's a show where this happened, and the girl left because her mother boyfriend was raping her or whatever, and she had a sister, but she left. She was working. She had a pimp. It was Otis from Temptation. That was the pimp. You know, the guy that played Otis in the Temptation. He played in other stuff too, but I can't think of what. But anyway, he was her pimp, and she was working at a strip club, Beauty and Black. That's the name of the show. And then she found out her mom. So like one of the like the bottom bitch or whatever. She did not like the girl or whatever. So she found her sister, and the mom sold the sister to her so she could get. So she just started bugging, and she flipped out and she killed her. She ran her over with her. First they got into a fight, and then she got up and ran her over with her car. But she like stayed on her, like she kept going back and forth. Like and he like yo. So the other
that was Erica Mineral.
She wasn't. No, she's not on Beauty and the Black. Beauty. That's Erica Mena was in. She ain't on no TV show. Beauty and Black is a show. It's about that's what it's about. It's a strip club, and the guy from the Temptation owns it. Jules. His name is Jules, and the main character. She's one of his chicks. One of his girls or whatever, and she works at a strip club too. But she married his business partner or whatever because he said to marry. Stop giving me that sour stuff. Thank you. But she, I don't know. It's good, but it's on season 2 just ended, so I don't know when it's coming back or whatever. But the point where I said she went to go get her sister because she killed that bitch. She ran her over. Then she found the girl because they pulled up in a van and she seen her sister and she was like, "What are you doing with my sister? Where did they take her? Where did she go?" or whatever. So that's when they started fighting. Then she ran her over and then she found out where the other girl lived that had her in the truck or whatever. She went to her house and shot her. Like she was just going crazy. Like because she was out and she got her sister there too. Because and she wasn't like that. She didn't want to do that. She would just do whatever they would say. They would be beating her up because he would get mad at her and tell the other girls to beat her up, and she wouldn't even fight back or not. But when they took her sister, she started whooping that girl ass. I think her name was Body, the girl that she was beating up. Like she was like, it's like, where's my sister? I mean, actually, she was kind of whooping her, so she had to run her over with the car. But that girl kind of tiny compared to to the other girl. And that other chick was big too. She had to shoot her because she was about to beat her ass. Cause she went over there and she got some good hits. She was fucking her up, but then that was a big bitch. She started whipping her ass.
Mm.
And then she got up and got the gun. No, I think somebody came there with her. He broke it up.
Mm.
He was a stripper. He had male strippers in the club too. He was a stripper, but they was friends. They grew up together. Well, they didn't grow up. I don't know. They knew each other since they was young, and they started working there together or whatever. So they cool. They like brother and sister or whatever. So he broke it up, and then she got up and blew her head off. Well, not blow her head off. She shot her. I don't know the upper body area, but that was good. Where you get them from?
Copa.
Where is that on your beard? On the top. What would you eat? There was a candy.
I mean, Hershey's cookies and cream kisses. Yes, my cheat there.
Chocolate is okay. Dark baby. I don't like dark chocolate though. You gotta ask it to. So
It's
who's
my
playing
my
today?
trick or treat.
And it wasn't it a it was a game.
Football game?
Yeah, it was a football game and hockey about to start. They was talking about that in Clubhouse. I don't watch hockey.
I don't know nothing about hockey.
She said that Carolina somebody was her team.
I thought hockey was in Canada.
No, it's I don't know where it's at, but the name of the team was the Carolina somebody.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't know if they only
They
have
go
it.
all the way to Canada to have hockey? Or they come from Canada to come to Carolina?
They don't only have exactly, Carolina hockey team. The Carolina Hurricanes.
Hmm.
That's what they're called. And the games they're going against.
It's hot in Carolina.
They're going against Lightning. I don't know who's in the Lightning. The Panthers. No, these already happened. That was September 24th, 26th, 28th. October 14th is they going against the Sharks at 10 p.m. That's Tuesday at 10 p.m.
Do they be winning?
I don't know. This girl just came up there and they tried to play her because they was like, do y'all even watch hockey? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe they do. But she was like, yeah, I like the Carolina Hurricanes. She got a speech impediment too. I know she got a lisp. So that junk be sounding crazy when she be talking because it's an audio app. Like, so she just be spitting. Like, I mean, you could understand her, but that just be sounding crazy. And I'm like, the way they be going in on people, they must have went through that phase with her already because she's been up there since the shit started on the 100 side or whatever. So nobody really said, but somebody said something the other day. It was because they was talking about strippers or something, and she was like, well, they was like, I don't know if you could be a stripper with a speech impediment. And then she was like,
you don't gotta talk to be no stripper.
That's what she said, but she said it like I didn't have to talk to be like I don't know. Like I don't have to talk. If I'm a stripper, I don't have to talk. He was like mouth be all wet. She was like, that's a good thing.
You want
for
another
the
one?
stripper. Yeah. Where did you get those? You say you got them from GoPuff? This a different flavor. This ain't the same one.
They all the same. You just got different colored wrappers, probably. I didn't even notice that.
But yeah. it was like that's what they were talking about. But yeah, who plays in football?
I don't really care as long as it's the Cowboys.
What is it, the Cowboys?
Cowboys been trash.
They played today, or you don't know? You didn't watch it.
I don't know. Let me see. They did play today.
Did they win?
Mm.
That's not bad. It said 27-30.
It don't matter.
I mean, yeah, he still lost, but I hate when it be like a score. It be like
Cause
7.
this is what matters right here. If we gonna go to the Super Bowl or not.
Yeah.
Right now we 2-3 and 1. How the fuck we tied?
I think I hate when the game it be like 7-0 or something, and I'm like, what? Like y'all, the whole game nobody scored. Only one person scored. Like what is y'all doing? Like that's why I can't get into football because I like basketball more because it's more fast paced. It seems like it go back and forth because after you shoot.
But
if you make it, then the ball goes back automatically.
But that's in football. That's a good game.
7-0.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I'm just saying it's boring. It's boring to watch.
Or people keep getting interceptions and not getting completions.
Yeah, but it's boring to watch though. That's what I'm saying because I like to see people scoring. Like so, if they only made one touchdown the whole game, I'm like I can't watch this. I lose interest. There's not enough stimulation going on. But I do like when it be a turnover or a interception. Like I like that, but like make it to the other side. Don't just get it in vain and then get a 4th down and now it's back in the other person.
Some teams are good, some teams are bad. I was watching a game, and the score was 6-41 when I left. A video game score.
Well,
with real people.
A video game.
I mean, they couldn't get nothing.
I like to play the game. Do we have any more topics?
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. I do want to go trick or treating, but I think my shift is going to be, I'm not going to go until 7. So,
yeah, you do gotta get over there early.
I want to go trick or treat around here. I was walking around on my lunch break, or sometimes
They give out candy out here.
That's why I said, and some people I went down Lexington Street and I was just walking, and some people had their houses decorated with the Halloween stuff, and I'm like, oh, they must be giving out candy. I'm like, come over here and get something. Cause I'm a big kid, like I can't buy my own candy at the store. But I don't think, because I never really went trick-or-treating. But I did go trick-or-treating, but it wasn't like every year. Because then it got to a point where it was like Hallelujah night at the church. And it wasn't, and I didn't get to go by myself.
No, we went trick-or-treating when Michelle was around. I mean, Jackie, I'm sorry. When she was around, we went out with her and her kids. Wow. Oh, now we're...
Yeah, now it's too. I don't remember that, so that don't count if I don't remember. I'm talking about that I could remember.
But that's when it's supposed to be fun.
but I was still a kid and I still wanted to go. But I would want then I wanted to go not by myself, but like when you a kid that you feel like you old enough. Like I don't want no supervision, but fuck supervision. Nobody wasn't taking me. Like she was like you don't need the can. That's what I'm saying. Going to Hallelujah night or somebody would take me. I feel like I've gone with Aunt Valerie before, but it like I said, it would happen, but it wouldn't be like every year. I wanted to like go. You want to go trick or treating with your friends, like. So I feel like that's why I'm 34 and I'm still want to go trick or treating. But then I really don't either because I'm lazy at the same time. So it's like that's why I said I walked around and look. I'm like, oh, they giving out candy over here. It's right around the corner. Like, go if they still be out there. Because I think I would be out of training at that time in my regular schedule. So right now I go up at 6. But I think the reach because I don't even want to get up mad early. But some
If
people
you learn that AI program, you can get up whenever you want.
What? And put myself in there? That's not gonna be able to take no calls. I'm gonna get fired. They got Ask Emma at my job. They got like an AI feature, so we don't have to take notes. Like it summarize. You still do in certain scenarios, or just you don't have to be extra detailed but it picks up your tone of voice and everything. So it'll be like, oh, she sucked her teeth. Like you can't if you breathe if you like or I mean you shouldn't be doing that anyway. But like it picks up.
If we doing that,
it picks it up. Like it'll summarize it. Like you know how YouTube be giving an AI summary or whatever. Like Emma, that's the program name for my job, and that's what you do for the phone conversation. It summarizes it. But sometimes they said it'll always be some errors or something with stuff. So.
Well, it'd be a transcript.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We don't have to write notes, but they'll say just at least write something to like just sum it up or whatever. But you don't have to put it all extra detail because it'll usually capture everything for you. But if you gotta send it to somebody, then you gotta write a note. Like if it needs to go to another department to be further reviewed or whatever. Ask Emma. That's what it is. Or well, just call Emma, but it's different. Like they gotta feature the customers if they go online. They could do that.
It's another Megan.
It's just on the website though. It's not like an actual physical entity.
That's how it starts. It starts as a program.
Then you're gonna get a likeness to put.
That's like the movie.
Well, it already got a picture.
Deadly Friend.
What is that?
John Carpenter made it. It was this kid. He had a robot. And then his girlfriend next door had an abusive father. Father pushed her down the steps. He said it was an accident. He brought her back from the dead by putting the robot brain inside her brain. And brought her back. And she was a robot.
People.
Yeah, for him. Because she loved him. But she didn't love him because she was a girl. She loved him because she was a robot. It was called Deadly Friend.
People crazy too. That we look at these movies.
I think John Carpenter made it.
Yeah, he's there.
Or Steven, or Wes Craven, I meant.
Is it still going?
Mm-hmm. Be the rap, and then go all the way to the
Yeah, but why is it I clicked away and it's still moving?
like Anthony.
No, I'm definitely not when it comes to computers. That is an insult. But thank you for tuning in. You said that's all of the topics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm a heifer.
Smiley Dizzle. And we out. Happy YouTuber.
Libra gang.